Good afternoon with your headlines at 4 o'clock. I'm Uma Gurav. Man City have rejected Barca's opening bid for Rodri, which is understood to have been worth around 45 million euros. We understand City wants around 75 million. Talks are continuing and Barca remain optimistic. talkSPORT's Ben Jacobs explains why what happens next could be on the way up to Man City.
And in essence, it's whether City say Rodri deserves this move and follow that Pep Guardiola approach, or if they double down and say Enzo Maresca doesn't want him to leave, so we're going to make it really difficult.
Meanwhile, Crystal Palace have announced the signing of free agent Takahiro Tomiyasu. He had been on trial at Selhurst Park, having left Ajax earlier this summer. Elsewhere today, Spurs captain Christian Romero's agreed terms with Atletico. Peterborough chairman Darren McAntony says if Romero was his player, he'd be more than happy for him to be out the door.
Absolutely. Not only that, he was always a walking red card anyway. So, I think Spurs fans and Spurs owners and the managers would have seen enough of him. You just gone through the depth they have, the players they signed this summer, they don't need him.
The FA has banned solid perimeter walls around pitches following the death of former Arsenal player Billy Vigor. A safety review was launched after the 21-year-old died, having sustained a brain injury, which is thought to have been caused by his collision with a concrete wall at Wingate and Finchley. And Lioness Lucy Bronze has said a UEFA boycott of FIFA competitions is the right thing to do. But as talkSPORT's Will Hobbs explains, the consequences are about to become very real.
The Under-20 Women's World Cup is due to start in less than a month, but with UEFA still sticking to their boycott plans, the tournament's in jeopardy. Bronze has backed it, saying it's for all the girls and boys who come after us to make sure they're in a good place when the game's moving forward in decades to come.
There is more at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
Norfolk Police is warning anyone involved in anti-immigration disorder in Thetford will face the full force of the law. And the NHS says there's no timeline for when they will implement single-sex space rules. Sinead has more in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. This summer, treat yourself to Bridgestone Turanza All-Season 6 tyres with a 25,000 mileage guarantee. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
Cloudy skies for northern Scotland with outbreaks of rain through the day, light winds elsewhere, and it's feeling warm in the sunshine.
You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor. Coming up today, we're going to be discussing Christian Romero's Tottenham legacy as their club captain looks set for Atletico Madrid. Football finance expert Kieran Maguire joins us to tell us why it's so hard for clubs like Gabby's Aston Villa to be successful in English football. We want to know what the most important position on a football pitch is as Rodri looks set to leave Manchester City on his way to Barcelona. And we're going to look ahead to this weekend's League Cup action as we bring you Middlesbrough versus Wrexham tonight. All that plus Spencer Oliver joins us and we're going to pick our Chelsea and Aston Villa combined 11. This is Drive on talkSPORT and you can get involved. 03717 22 3344. Gabby Agbonlahor.
How are we, Rory, my friend? How are we?
Yeah, very well, sir. Very well. This is our debut.
I know. We only had 10 minutes, didn't we? We caused carnage.
I know, yeah,
breakfast, I know. But now...
Yeah, that was wild.
I know.
That was wild. I blame you, to be totally frank.
I blame Cundy.
Really? He weren't even in the room?
I know, but he taught me.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
You learned it all?
I've said to the bosses, I don't want to work at Cundy next season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you know the whole PSG shirt and all that? That was Cundy's idea, and that's not me.
Oh, what? Did he bring you down to his level?
He brought me the shirt in.
Really?
Oh, mate, what we'll do is, mate, we'll put the PSG shirt on, right, and, like, you bring your speaker in, your Beats pill, we'll play the French music. He had the plan.
Really?
And I agreed. And
what, you were just an innocent bystander?
Yeah, there's been a lot of backlash. I just want the Arsenal fans to know that is out of character for me.
And so really? So Cundy basically dragged you down to his level.
Yeah,
He's
that's what he
responsible.
Does, doesn't he?
You're better than this.
Exactly.
That was beneath you, that behaviour.
So I'm not working for him again this season.
Can you do that? Can you put that in? I will not work with Jason Cundy.
It can be done.
Can it?
Mm-hmm. He's trouble, mate. You know he's trouble.
Oh, no.
He's trouble.
He is definitely trouble.
Even to the chunk.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very, very good strategy. Now, we're going to start with Tottenham because they're finally saying goodbye to their club captain.
Headed in for a brilliant turnaround. And It's Christian Romero!
Liability. Give Vicky van der Ven the captaincy.
And sometimes with a red card, with some sort of action, you think, that's not what the team needed now.
Across into the near post, and the header is sent in by Christian Romero.
He was a liability for us last season. He was the captain. He didn't want to be there on the last day, so get rid of him.
Yes, that's right. talkSPORT understands that Tottenham captain Christian Romero is on his way to Atletico Madrid. After signing a new deal last summer, he has agreed personal terms with the Spanish club. Tottenham are set to lose the defender for 35 million quid after bringing him in for 43 million. He led them to 17th place, a 17th place finish in his one season as captain, which involved multiple red cards, Instagram rants and trying to fly back home for the last game of the season. Well, Dean Saunders was alongside Shabana Hearn on breakfast very recently, and he said this on Romero.
Romero is up there with one of the worst captains in the history of the Premier League. Finished 17th, 2 years running, right? He was the captain, so he can't be that good, can he? And he's an absolute liability on the pitch. He's a walking red card, and his behaviour in the World Cup after the whistle went sums him up.
Harsh words there from Dean Saunders. What do you make of it all, Gabby?
I think he's a liability. I think when he's at it, especially for Argentina, he's a top defender. But something about his ego says to me that he thinks he's better than Spurs. Thinks Spurs are beneath him. The way he tried to stay in Argentina last game of the season, he probably got forced by his agent, to save his image and get back. Liability, mate. Anger issues. Yeah. Should probably see someone about that, because some of the tackles and the red cards that he has got over his career have been shocking.
Yeah.
And I think in the Premier League now, you have to be able to trust all 22, 23 players not to give it silly.
Yeah. Also, he was the captain, wasn't he? Yeah. Getting that armband is symbolic. It's supposed to represent that there is standards around the club, and he just completely let them down, didn't he?
Yeah, and football's changed, hasn't it, Rory? It's different to 20 years ago, where someone's annoying me, I'm going to go and leave one on him. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
How many times has he done it? He's got frustrated by someone that's sneakily left a bit on him and got away with it, and he's thinking, I'm going to absolutely smash you when you get the ball. Sent off, and you're thinking, one, you shouldn't do it anyway.
So basic.
But when you're captain, you're in your late 20s, you're 28 now, and you've been doing it for years. If I'm De Zerbi, I'm like, listen, out. And for the fact that Spurs have went and brought Van Heck, they went and brought Senesi, also got Van der Ven looking at a new deal. Danso, your fourth choice centre-half, not bad. They're fine. Get rid of him, get the money and use it on an attacking player.
Do you agree with Dean Saunders there? Dean Saunders was suggesting that he's the worst captain that he can remember in the Premier League era. Do you think that's fair? Do you think he is one of the worst captains that you can think of?
I think it is, because Rory, as a captain, you have to be reliable. Yeah. Your captain is a sort of role that it's a privilege. You should be going around during the game, around the training ground, and be like, okay, you shouldn't have done that on the weekend. All right, standards on the football pitch. Come on, guys. He's not the sort of captain you want that's going to come on the pitch and show leadership. And if you're struggling in the game, you're not looking at Romero to lift you. He's just going to add to it. You could be losing 3-4-0 and you're probably going to get sent off.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Certainly in terms of his leadership qualities, and certainly in terms of being the captain of the club, he should have never, ever had that honour bestowed upon him. But what about just in terms of the player? Do you rate him? Do you think he's a good centre-half?
Yeah, I really do. I think he's got the pace. He's quick enough. He's not like Van der Ven quick, but he is quick. He's very good at tackling when he wants to get it right. And very good in the air as well. Set pieces, he's very good. But like I just said there, Rory, he's good at tackling when it suits him. For instance, 40 caps for Argentina. Guess how many red cards?
How many red cards for Argentina in 40 games?
40 games.
On his ratio, I'm going 2.
0.
Never been sent off for his country.
No. But for Spurs, 6 red cards. That says it all. That says to me that, you know what? Messi would probably banish me from the national team if I got a red card and cost them a World Cup.
Do you know what that suggests, though? When you were saying that he gets caught, his temper gets the better of him or whatever, that would suggest that it's not that. Because if he can be really professional, keep himself in check when he's representing his country, why on earth doesn't he extend that same courtesy to his club?
Because does he care? Getting sent off for Spurs, he's probably like, all right, okay, off I go. A few games ban is what it is. It's only Spurs anyway. I should be at a bigger club. When it's Argentina, the passion they show, look at them in the World Cup, mate, over the last 6-7 years, these Argentinian players, the way they sing the national anthem, the aggression they showed against England, the way they all go and hug Messi, do you think Romero's going to risk what Enzo Fernandez stupidly done?
Yeah.
Messi will still be angry with Enzo Fernandez forever.
Yeah.
And Romero's not going to ever want to risk upsetting Messi.
So he needs somebody with the standards around him.
Exactly.
He can't be the standard bearer. He needs somebody around him.
So he's just not captain material.
Yeah. It leaves Tottenham in a bit of a hole, though, doesn't it? There isn't the obvious new captain. Look, I think De Zerbi's a good manager, and I think he's building a very good squad at Tottenham. Annoyingly, I think they're going to be quite a force next year. But a lot of the players that they've brought in, for example, I don't know, Andy Robertson is captain material.
Yeah.
But you can't just arrive at or can you? Can you just arrive? Could you make Andy Robertson captain?
I think if a new manager you could, but I still think Van der Ven.
Do you think Van der Ven?
I know Van der Ven's not been at his best, but can his manager get better out of him? Because let's talk about a new contract on the table for Van der Ven. But then I look at the team and I'm saying Van Heck is going to start.
Mm-hmm.
55 million.
Yeah.
And then Senesi has joined on a free transfer. Could have went to a lot of clubs. Yeah. He's going to be starting. No European football. So will Van der Ven start or will he be pushed to left back? Yeah. He will be my obvious choice, Van der Ven or Robertson. I look at Tonali and Fernandes in midfield. Yeah. Don't really like captain's material. James Maddison, maybe. Not sure if he's going to start every game. Yeah, apart from...
Difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from, I'd say Van der Ven and Robertson. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Porro, maybe? Porro?
Yeah, Porro.
Performance at the World Cup was outstanding.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
It's amazing, isn't it? You know, with somebody like Romero, if I look at it and try and adopt the lens of a Tottenham fan, if he was a Chelsea player, I would have so much hostility towards him. Like the way that he's treated their club. Like, he has been abysmal for them, hasn't he, really?
You see as well, though, if you, as a Chelsea fan, as you say, it was your defender, as a Villa fan, you know what I'd say to him if he was walking down the tunnel after getting sent off? I'd say to him, I'd shout at him and I'd say, like, if you want to fight, go to a boxing club, arrange a fight, or a UFC club.
Yeah, take your ringer out there, yeah.
I mean, go and fight somebody, go and have an arranged fight somewhere, and you can let it all out there. You're on the football pitch, be professional, stop getting sent off. You're not a hard man because you can go and kick someone.
No, because you're doing No. Also, you're doing exactly what the opposition want you to do. Exactly. You're playing into their hands. No, it's appalling.
I remember doing it. I remember Rory at times. Like I used to wind up Joe Barton.
Did you? What? Wait for him to hit you.
I used to literally like when he used to come and receive the ball. I used to literally shoulder barge him in the back.
Did you?
Onto the floor because I knew he'd bite. Yeah. Just to try to get players sent off. Yeah. That's what you do. You know the ones that'll nibble and bite and have got tempers. And Romero's one of them. While playing against Romero, I'm going to leave one on him and shoulder barge him into the advertising board. I'm going to be like, all right.
Pretend it's an accident.
Yeah, sorry, ref.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's too strong. Yeah. And you know he's going to come for you and he's going to get sent off.
Yeah. See, and that's why, you know, when we're talking about how good a player is he? Look, we've seen him demonstrate some decent form, and of course playing for Argentina means he's not a mug. Getting in that Tottenham team's not easy.
Of course.
But that kind of attitude, it's just so basic, isn't it? It's why you can't be a top-tier centre-half. If somebody can get in your head that easy, wind you up that easy.
Exactly. And look where he's going.
That's Atletico Madrid, right?
Yeah. If there's a team that suit Curtis Romero, it is Atletico Madrid. Look at the battles they used to have.
Do you think he'll do well there, though? Do you think he'll be good in Spain?
I think he will do well. Yeah, obviously the standard's not as high as it is in the Premier League. But I just think, like, if there was a bet I could put on once he signs that he'd get the most red cards in that league, it'll be Romero.
Yeah.
He can't help himself. He'll look at the Barcelona, the Real Madrid games. You know, we'll have that little...
With
Vinny Jr., with Mbappe, Argentina and France have got a bit of it now. He 100% getting sent off.
That'll be fascinating. It will be fascinating for sure. Tottenham fans really want to hear from you on this. Your club captain is now going. He is leaving Tottenham. Does he go down as... He can't be your worst captain in history, of course, but can he go down as your second worst captain in Premier League history? Give us a call. Let us know what you think. 03717 22 3344. This is Drive on talkSPORT.
I anticipate Arsenal to absolutely go again and just be as good as they've been this season. Mm-hmm. The key element for me on the title this year is Rodri. If Rodri's a Manchester City player throughout the whole course of the season, Manchester City will win the league.
That's a shouting off, that is, isn't it?
Do you disagree? If Manchester City lose Rodri and he goes to Real Madrid, they will not win the league.
I know what you're saying, but I look at it as well because Anderson's coming, isn't he?
Yeah. So he's not Rodri.
I know he's not Rodri.
But he'll benefit from playing alongside him.
Yeah, that would happen.
But if you leave him on his own in there, I think you've got carnage.
I do know what you're saying, but I think there's more of a factor that Maresca might not be up for it either. You don't know yet.
I think he's up for it.
You reckon he's up for it?
I think he's up for it.
We'll see.
He knows that club. He's been at that club. He understands how that club
you're
works.
You're talking like a real Manchester City supporter.
He went to Chelsea. He did.
Are you Blackburn? You're a Blackburn fan, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll talk,
hold on a minute.
We'll talk about their dismal summer in a minute.
What about the other teams?
Why are you doing this? Why are you deflecting?
Well, I'm just trying to say.
All I was doing was talking about the Premier League title race. That's all I was saying. And I was just saying that the big impact, the key piece of information for me is Rodri being a Man City player throughout the whole course of the season. And if he is, Manchester City will win the league.
Cool, but that's a shout.
Do you not think so?
So where was he last season?
Getting back from his ACL, mate. Do you not think so?
No, listen, mate.
So you're tipping Arsenal. You think so? You believe in what I said at the start of the show, that you believe that we're entering a dynasty time.
Yeah, but I wouldn't hang my hat on it.
What a tune! Let me get lights out, family.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Banger.
Can't go wrong. No. It feels like Friday
don't
when
know
you hear
about these tunes, mate.
Yeah. This is
not
great.
about this.
Great DJing over there.
Proper.
Great DJing over there. You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory Jennings, and Gabby Agbonlahor, in partnership with Giacomo. Style and brands for every man. Still to come, we're going to be joined by football finance expert Kieran Maguire. But just quickly, Manchester City have rejected an opening offer of £38.5 million from Barcelona for midfielder Rodri. We discuss that more shortly. And talkSPORT's Ollie Klink spoke with Tottenham midfielder Conor Gallagher and asked him what it was like for him to join the club when they were at such a low point.
It was a weird situation. Obviously, when I first came to Spurs, you know, they weren't doing great, but they weren't like in a relegation battle. So yeah, it was tough. And obviously the manager got sacked soon after I signed, and then the new manager came in, and that was really difficult. I think the team were in a low moment. I think confidence was low, and we weren't going into games, positively like we should be, and you could see that with our performances. So as soon as the new manager came in and kind of got us playing again, gave us more confidence, and you could see the performances improved, and now it's time to kick on and have a great season.
Interesting words there from Conor Gallagher. What do you think about Gallagher this season, Gabby? He needs to have a big one, doesn't he?
So see, last season Villa wanted him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Chose Spurs obviously for the wages that they could pay him. He's a weird sort of player, isn't he? Because he's only 26, mate. But when I watch him, I'm like, are you just a workhorse? Are you going to score goals? Are you going to get assists? Like his stats when he got to Spurs: 16 Premier League appearances at Spurs, 1 goal, 1 assist.
Yeah.
8 appearances in the Champions League, 0 goals, 0 assists. I think the money that he's earning is big money. £35 million transfer fee. You've got to chip him with more goals.
Okay, let's say that he is. Before we explore whether he's a workhorse or not, let's say that he is. Is there a place in a team for a workhorse? You need somebody to do that. Like Eric Cantona called Didier Deschamps the water carrier, didn't he? And they went on to win a World Cup. Do you need a water carrier?
But when you got that midfield of Tonali, Fernandes, would you put Gallagher as the other one? Or would you put Maddison in there as a proper number 10? I think he's going to find it hard to break into that side, isn't he?
Yes. I think it's going to be hard for him to get into the team. Certainly.
Squad player.
Yeah.
Come on, and you know.
But when you think about when Tottenham play away from home at Anfield, away from home at Old Trafford, maybe the answer isn't James Maddison.
Agreed. I totally agree.
But he will need this season for Gallagher, because it was a long time ago. Like I loved him at Chelsea. He had a really good end to the season when we had Pochettino as manager.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of Chelsea fans were really upset when he left. Like, we've kind of forced him out of the club. It was a shame. It's a bigger shame that he's gone to Tottenham, but that's a conversation for another day.
Did you ever look at him, though, and think, like, he's a goal scorer?
No, he's not.
Is he a passer? Is he an assist? You know what I mean? What were his strengths?
His strength, I think his strength is his energy.
Yes.
His energy, his enthusiasm for the game. I think the way that he can press, the way that he can cover ground, the way that he can put the opposition under pressure. I think they are his major attributes. But there's a place in football for that.
Oh, 100%.
So he can feature, but I guess if Tonali and Maddison start linking up,
Fernandes, the money he's coming for.
Yeah, it's going to.
Tonali and Fernandes, both nearly £100 million players. They're starters, aren't they?
Yeah,
but
needs a big season.
One. Yeah,
needs a big season, that's for sure. Now though, we are taking your calls. 03717 22 3344. Is Christian Romero the worst Premier League captain of all time? Let's speak to Mick, the Tottenham fan. How are you, Mick?
Good afternoon, Mick.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Gabby, excellent work the other morning. You had me chuckling when you was winding the gooners up about... He's winding the gooners up about Vinicius.
They're touchy, aren't they?
Yeah.
They was, mate. That one bloke was going absolutely mental, but good work. And listen,
his heart rate was 190, I heard.
Hopefully Rihanna takes you up on the offer to take her up the ball ring. But about Christian Romero... He is a certain breed. He's Argentinian, yeah? So they will fight. He's much like Martinez at Man United. But I think Romero got fed up with some of our lot not fighting enough and just getting rolled over.
Right, but that doesn't excuse his behaviour, though, does it, Mick? Does that excuse his behaviour?
No, it doesn't. But when people say he gave up, that's rubbish. We were 1-0 down at Newcastle, he went and equalised. We were 2-1 down at Newcastle, he went and equalised. He's done the same at Burnley, got us a last-minute goal. So
but Mick, every fan wants to see passion, don't they, and fight and aggression and not being bullied on the football pitch. But you can't go around smashing people in this generation of football.
No, you can't, because that's where he's let us down as a club, and he's let the fans down. He made himself unavailable for stupid decisions because he couldn't control his anger.
Exactly.
Does he go down as a... How do you rank him, Mick? In your eyes, he's gone now. Where do you put him? Do you look back on his time at Tottenham fondly, or do you see him as a failed captain?
Listen, he wasn't ideal captain material when he showed that. He used to put it in for us. I was quite pleased when we signed him, and he done well the first couple of years. I think he generally got fed up with some of our lot just rolling over.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have Mickey Van der Ven as captain either, because he's a soldier.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough, Mick. Great call.
Top man, Mick.
Great call. Let's stay with the phone lines. We'll talk to another Tottenham fan. We're going to talk to Josh. How are you, Josh?
Good afternoon, Josh.
All right, Rory, Gabby, how are you? All right?
Yeah, well, good, mate. Good. What do you make of all this talk about Christian Romero? Was he a failure as captain?
Do you know what? I'm quite I'm quite passionate about it. But Mick did have a good point, to be fair, like in terms of like Romero doing well in his first 3 years. But I mean, like, you're a captain, like you said earlier, he led us to 17th. He didn't lead anyone because of his character as a professional player, and Gabby will probably be testament to that. But he's supposed to be leading like some young 20, 21-year-old players in that dressing room, and that's a test of your character as a person, a professional player, and as a man. He's probably got a family as well, and some of his kids are watching. Like, some of his behaviour, yeah, he may have good ability clearly because he's a professional player, but some of his like actions as a person are just. I
think Josh as well. Someone's got to sit him down. Whoever it is, next manager, Simeone. Football has changed. Okay, this isn't the 80s. Now you can't really lunge. You can't be off your feet. It's a different game. Like you do for Argentina, you don't make these tackles because you know Lionel Messi is not going to have it off you, and you don't want to let him down. That's what he's got to do. Hasn't he changed his style?
Yeah, 100%. Like, to be fair, he may have got, like, when we did a relegation battle, he may have got annoyed with other players. But like Rory's been saying for like weeks now, like, obviously Chelsea's gone and bought Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson for that example, that, do you know what I mean, setting that standard. And that's what he should have done. But I don't know, just as a professional person, I just feel like he needs addressing that. Maybe he does with Simeone, but again, he's Argentinian, so he's probably got that passion.
Exactly.
It's just, we should have got that business done earlier. I got rid of him, got rid of the toxic behaviour, and then brought in players. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just I don't have fond memories of it.
You're looking good though. Van Heck, Van der Ven, and Senesi, and obviously Danso fourth choice. It's looking like you're fine centre halves, aren't you?
Yeah, we do need a bit of this confirmation of like Gakpo or Savinho. Yeah. But I would personally, I don't really know about. In my opinion, I'd probably put Pedro Porro up there as a captain.
Yeah.
Because of his performance as World Cup, and he has that aggression. When I go to the stadium and watch him, he's got that in him. And you can see it when he played for Spain.
Agreed. Absolutely. Josh, it's a great call. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. This Christian Romero is very interesting. A text message here has come in. It's from Richard, and it says Romero was a total liability. Of the 18 league games in 2026, he was banned for 7 games, injured for 5 games, got sent off for 2 games, and only played 4 full games, and Tottenham lost 3 of them and gained 1 point. What a waste of space.
You know the worst thing you've done, though, Rory, out of all of it for me?
Yeah.
The audacity to be in Argentina. Yeah. To try and be in Argentina.
To leave. That's the worst bit.
The cheek of you, mate. Your club's paying you. It's the last game of the season. Everything's on the line. And you're in Argentina.
This is the bit.
Play for the club.
Gabby, I couldn't agree more. That's the bit that really irks me. Like, I don't particularly care about so much of it, but the optics, your team. Imagine if you're a Tottenham fan, those final few games of the season last year. You genuinely thought you were going to go down. You were petrified. You're having a pint before the game. You are absolutely petrified that you are going down. And your captain.
Make him fit, yeah.
He's off. He's
on the barbecue for the steaks in Argentina.
Yeah.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, terrible.
Now, still to come, we're going to be joined by football finance expert Kieran Maguire. But first, it's time for No Googling. And with Middlesbrough in action against Wrexham tonight, we want to know who is Middlesbrough's all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League.
Woo!
Middlesbrough's all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League. We'll tell you after this.
Ooh.
Look at Real Madrid. Go and look at this is the point that I think Gabby was making this morning. I know that he was making it regarding trophies and what have you, but look at the brand value.
180 million.
There you go. Right, that's how big that football club is.
Right, that's a lot.
That's how big that is as a worldwide entity. 180 million, and you're talking about him coming to a club that has 32 million followers on Instagram. Again, these are very basic metrics. Very basic metrics. But Vinicius Junior is in a completely different stratosphere. All this talk about him coming to Arsenal throughout the whole course of the summer has just been manipulation from an agent trying to get the dude a few more quid. That's what it is. He was never in a million years going to be an Arsenal player this summer. That's what it is. It's just manipulating the market. Like, see if I can get some more money for my guy. Yeah. Why would he come to Arsenal?
I said that. I said that was agent talk. Agent talk. just using Arsenal as a
leverage
tool.
Yeah, Arsenal are interested. Oh, right, wicked, brilliant. Arsenal, champions of England. Right, well, let's use them.
Yeah.
Let's use them. Go back to the table with the Real Madrid lads. Yeah, he's coming out of contract. You know what I mean? He needs a few more zeros on this contract.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to sign Yandy Mande. Let's put some pressure on you. Now, don't worry about that. Vinny Jr. ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Is it?
Come on. You can't leave. I just don't see leaving Real Madrid as a. Unless you don't leave Real Madrid unless Real Madrid leaves you.
That's it.
That's it, mate.
Unless you come to the end of your time on your way, son.
Can't have a supermodel girlfriend and you leaving your supermodel girlfriend.
She leaves you
for the dinner lady. Like, you know what I mean?
The dinner lady. You can't call Arsenal a dinner lady.
Oh, it's love, isn't it? It's love.
Every spring, sports fans in Europe come together to celebrate arguably rugby's biggest annual tournament, the Six Nations. But why is it the home nations, plus France and Italy, and no one else? It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. A few years later, when they could field a team, Wales decided they'd host England and an idea was thought up. With Ireland keen, they formed the Home International Championship, which ran from 1883. In 1910, France was allowed to join, as they were developing into a serious rugby nation, and thus the Five Nations was born. France had an interesting history with the championship. They were actually booted out for paying their players in 1931, when the home nations were keen to keep it amateur. After World War II, though, France were let back in, but it remained a closed shop for more than 50 years. And when another country was let in, it was only really because the Five Nations hand had been forced. Italy was developing into a serious contender, beating Scotland, France and Ireland twice in the same year, meaning in 1999 officials got together and said yes to Italy and it became the Six Nations. So what changes, if any, come next? 7 nations? 8? A promotion and relegation system? Or should we leave it alone and let it remain the great rugby tradition it's become?
You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor. Now, a few moments ago, we brought you the first of today's No Googling, and we asked, with Middlesbrough in action against Wrexham tonight, who is Middlesbrough's all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League? Gabby Agbonlahor, who is Middlesbrough's all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League?
Okay, I don't think Middlesbrough have been in the Premier League for that long. So I'm going to say, like, Viduka, Hasselbank, Desiree Job, Stuart Downing, Danny Mills. Yeah, I've run out of names.
31 goals.
Mendieta?
Mendieta it is not. The answer...
One more chance.
Go on, one more chance. Last guess. This is it. Your final chance.
Sir Gareth Southgate.
It is not. It is not Sir Gareth Southgate. The answer is Hamilton Rickard.
I remember him, striker.
Yeah, Hamilton Rickard. He got 31 goals.
Is he Brazilian?
I think he was Colombian.
Was Colombian?
I think he was Colombian.
Yeah. I remember him, yeah.
Yeah. Good player. Now, still to come, you'll hear our current Chelsea and Aston Villa combined 11. But now there has been a lot of pre-season action in the last couple of days, so it's time for a pre-season update. Yesterday, Arsenal lost 3-1 to Real Betis, Chelsea lost 1-0 to Juventus, and Manchester City beat K-League All-Stars 3-1. Also yesterday, Ipswich beat Le Havre 1-0, and Bournemouth got a huge 10-1 win against Genoa. Aston Villa were in action yesterday with a 3-1 win against BG Pantham United, and they also played earlier today against Bayern Munich, and they got beat 2-1. Have you been following the pre-season for Aston Villa, Gabby?
No.
No?
No.
Not interested?
No. After the World Cup, I just switched off from football, went away. Lovely island of Mallorca. Now I'm looking at bits and bobs, but it doesn't really interest me until it's always the last game before the season starts.
That's fair.
So we used to always play, mate. Say, like, Saturday is your first game of the season. The week before, we would always have a big game at Villa Park. I remember playing Inter Milan, Fiorentina. That's the game where you're like, okay, I want to look at who's the starting team.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Okay, here's one for you. Fans will have this debate constantly, right? But look, you can give us the answer.
Yeah.
Some fans will say pre-season is completely insignificant, completely irrelevant. You don't get anything from pre-season. You don't have a clue. The results are totally insignificant. It's all about the fitness. Others will say you need to build a winning culture.
No.
You need. Where do you sit on this debate? How important?
Nonsense.
What can you learn from
results? Do not matter. Arsenal losing to Real Betis does not matter, mate. We play pre-season games after running like 15, 20 kilometers.
Oh,
so mate, you could in the morning be running, and then in the evening play a game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes you're playing games and you literally can't move. You're like an old man. So it's all about like fitness, and the games are there to get your match fitness. You might do 45, then 60, then you get 2 or 3 90 minutes. It's just about getting through the game. Of course, you don't want to be dreadful in the games. You don't want to get getting spanked.
So does that matter? You see, if you were a Genoa fan and Genoa have just been done 10-1 by Bournemouth, does that matter?
Yeah, obviously that's silly scores. You don't be getting pumped, of course, but still, what Genoa side was playing, how many youngsters were playing, how many players have had injuries during pre-season and not play. So you always look, mate, at like the week before, that last game before the season starts, and that's what you look at. Yeah. If you're playing that last game and it's like your closest team to the starting team and you're getting beat badly, then fair enough. But all the other games,
just about fitness.
Honestly, mate, we used to do runs. Used to be doing like runs around Portugal. Shattered, your body's aching, and you're like, okay,
and then you play a game.
45
then you play a game and you get beat, and you've got people on Twitter saying that the season's already a disaster.
Mate? Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we got spanked by, I can't remember who it was, team in Portugal. David Luiz was playing for them. This was like back in the day.
Right.
Martin O'Neill was hugging him
Benfica,
after the
maybe.
game. Yeah, I think it was.
Benfica, yeah.
And they absolutely popped the life out of us, mate.
Really?
Yeah, but like the conditions as well, you got to look at as well. For instance, Villa in Thailand, in Hong Kong, in Indonesia. So you don't look at pre-season games.
Fair
like.
enough.
Yep.
Fair enough. Now, earlier this week, myself and Ade Oladipo did a combined Chelsea and Liverpool all-time Premier League 11. And as I'm with you today, Gabby, we thought what we could do is our combined current Chelsea and Aston Villa 11s. Let's start with your Villa side, Gabby, and I'll tell you what Chelsea players I think get in your side.
Do you know what, mate? What I've done is I've done the positions because I'm not silly and I'm not going to be one of those biased pundits. I've done where I think Villa players fit in.
Yeah.
So I've named Martinez, Konsa, McGinn, Kamara, Martin, and Watkins.
Quite a lot of players.
Yeah.
Quite. I thought. 10. Do you know when you introduce? Yeah. You know when you introduce this, you're like, I don't want to be biased. I'm not going to be tribal. I'm just going to do it. Fair enough. I think you've put a lot of Villa players in a combined 11.
Why don't we start at like goalkeeper?
Goalkeeper. You go 1-0 up. It's obviously Emi Martinez, no doubt.
Okay. Right back.
Right back is Reece James. Fair.
Centre halves.
I've gone one each. Lacroix and Konza.
Fair. Left back. Careful.
Who does Lucas Digne play for?
I've not chosen Lucas Digne.
Okay, because I don't.
I chose Martin.
Okay.
Digne for me, he's gone.
He's gone. He's going to
PSG,
PSG, but I couldn't tell whether he'd gone.
Yeah. So in my mind, he's gone.
Okay.
He's closed. I've only got Martin because I've not seen enough of Hato. When I've seen him, he's been okay.
And he's more of a centre half, maybe.
Lost Cucurella. There's a new left back coming, isn't there? So I think that's fair. No,
we go Maatsen. Yeah, absolutely fair enough. Up until that point, I think we're in agreement. I sense trouble ahead. Because I heard you say John McGinn, and it's not that I don't rate McGinn. I just don't know how he gets in this midfield, which is which is Chelsea heavy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put McGinn to the side and we'll come back to McGinn. Bouba Kamara. Be very careful what you say here because he's top.
I rate him, but is he better than Caicedo or Enzo Fernandez? Now, I have no love for Enzo Fernandez.
Okay. Forget Enzo Fernandez. Say Caicedo is that defensive midfielder. Say you're 6.
Yeah.
Kamara. Okay.
Look, don't get me wrong. Kamara's excellent.
Okay.
But
I can see where you're coming from. He's a little bit better than Kamara. That's fair. You know what? I won't be biased.
Okay.
I do love Caicedo.
So it's Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez as a 2. I've gone, and then I've gone Palmer and Rodgers either side. Again, it's Chelsea heavy.
So you don't think McGinn gets in? McGinn, constant professional performances, Mr. Reliable.
I do like him. I just don't know how he gets in.
Fit him in there, mate.
In place of who though? Where? You can't. How high? How highly do you rate?
You've got 4 midfielders in there, haven't you?
I've got.
I've
gone a bit fluid with it. I'm kind of playing by my own.
There's 2 positions left, isn't there?
There's 2 positions left.
So I'm going with McGinn and Watkins.
So no João Pedro.
What's funny about it?
It has to be João Pedro.
Okay, how many? Okay, I knew you was going to do this, right?
I haven't done. I feel like I've been really fair.
How many Premier League goals did João Pedro get last season?
Are you going to tell me that Ollie Watkins is better than João Pedro?
Yeah.
He can't be.
Come on, mate.
Come on, mate.
I'm going to go with Ancelotti, mate.
Come on, mate.
What, he didn't go to the World Cup?
No, he didn't. He didn't. But there might be politics around that. There might be the fact that he felt obliged to take.
João Pedro last season. Listen, there's only 1 goal in it. João Pedro got 15 Premier League goals last season. Ollie Watkins 16. Season before 16. 2023 to 2024, 19. Consistently, he's getting over 15 Premier League goals. He's disrespected Ollie Watkins. Whenever I hear Villa fans try and disrespect him, I'm like, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because a lot of clubs, Arsenal wanted him, didn't want to pay the money that we wanted for him. Let's talk about maybe going to Turkey. I'm like, you can't lose Ollie Watkins. I don't care if he's like...
Listen, just for the record, Ollie Watkins gave me one of the best moments of my life. Like, I was in Dortmund when he scored that goal against the Dutch. Like, I went potty. It was an amazing moment. But, Gabby, let's be fair.
Come on.
João Pedro is obviously a better player than Ollie Watkins.
Oh, mate.
There isn't anyone in this
Who's a better goal
planet.
scorer?
Who's a better footballer?
Okay, that's a different story.
No, who would you rather have up front?
I want a goal scorer. Is João Pedro more technical? Yes. But how many times have Chelsea fans moaned about João Pedro not getting in the box?
Gabby, there is only anyone listening to this who supports even Chelsea rivals.
Yeah.
If you're a Tottenham fan listening to this, an Arsenal fan listening to this, I guarantee you that they're saying João Pedro.
You think so?
I'm convinced. I'm looking around.
I think Danny Welbeck plays more than João Pedro this coming season. I really do, mate.
How highly do you rate Welbeck?
I like Welbeck. 13 Premier League goals last season. He's hungry, likes to get in the box. João Pedro likes to float. You know the annoying strikers like Gabriel Jesus? They haven't got that instinct of scoring those tap-ins and getting in. Listen, he's a fantastic player. He can score screamers. He's technical. There's a reason why Ancelotti left him out and took Cunha.
Yes, I just don't know if the reason is football. There is a reason, you're right.
Well, what's he done then?
Well, I think the fact that he had to... I feel like he may have been pressured to shoehorn Neymar into the squad. I genuinely think that...
But, like, who else did you take before him?
Look, I know, it makes me sound like I'm wild. It makes me sound like I've gone down some, like, conspiracy theory.
Ryan went before him from Bournemouth, went before him.
Yeah, but I do think that Ancelotti was under major pressure. I think that a lot of the...
Yeah, so take Neymar, of course, but what's that got to do with João Pedro? There's so many other positions that he could have took João Pedro instead of so many other players. Cunha, I do like.
Well, what about this? Maybe I've come up with the perfect solution.
No, you're not shoehorning him in.
No, you have to fall on your Ollie Watkins. You have to accept that Ollie Watkins
is in.
Okay, then you have to accept that. You have to accept that John McGinn isn't.
I need tickets, mate.
You need to. Does John sort you out tickets?
Yeah, I need some.
Is that your link?
Mate. Yeah, I need some tickets next season.
Is that your link? Okay.
In there. No, I'm joking. No, listen. The reason why McGinn goes in because I think like. So many Premier League clubs would love a John McGinn. He plays anywhere. He gets on with it. He doesn't like playing on the wing, probably. He's a centre midfielder. He's on the right. He's on the left. He'd play left back or right back. Yeah. He's the ultimate professional. We talk about Romero as a captain. John McGinn as a captain. Like,
yeah, no, he's good.
Unbelievable. When Villa were without him last season, whenever we were without John McGinn, you miss him. I'm sorry, mate. I'll give you Palmer, who was poor last season. I'll give you Rodgers, even though he done us wrong and then left. No, great player. You're gonna have some joy with him, but I think you got him, mate. Watkins,
okay,
mate.
Okay. I'm not convinced I agree with you, but okay. You feeling good about Villa going into this season?
Listen, it's not going to be a season like previous seasons. I don't think we finish in the top 6. I think top 8 we can finish in. I think we get into the knockout stage of the Champions League with the quality that we got. But I still think any further than that will be tough. But now it's down to players like Manzambi. You know, he chose Aston Villa over Newcastle. Young player, 20-year-old, 60 million. Can he be our Morgan Rogers from the last few seasons? I like Joe Gomez, who scored today against Bayern Munich. Wolverhampton Wanderers centre midfielder. I think he'll have a good partnership with Kamara in centre midfield. And, yeah, let's see.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
You've done very well there. I'm not sure quite how you've managed that, but you've somehow managed to get almost... I think it's only... It's 6-5. 6-5. You've done very well.
How many? 6 who?
6-5, I think, is the team that we've finally... Is the team that we've...
6 Villa players?
That's ridiculous. That's absurd.
And you signed it off?
I've been done. I know. I've been absolutely done. You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT.
Chris, what about Man U? I fancy United have a much better season. I think Michael deserves this job, and I do think they're going to be up there. I think they're going to push. I think they're going to be strong.
No, I do. I think I'm so happy to see Carragher's just thriving. I think, obviously, having played with him, you know what kind of character he is. He's that composed and he's intelligent, and he's obviously bringing that into one of the biggest jobs in world football. And I think the run they obviously had at the end of last season, obviously in 2026, I think they were like #1 in points taken. So for him to be able to have a full pre-season, bring in whoever he likes in terms of players and just have that belief, I think there's no one better kind of, steering that ship really. And no, I'm excited to see what the season brings for them.
I think it's going to be an interesting season, Chris, all round, because so many new managers. You don't know what to expect. Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs have spent big money as well. Whether they can try and get into that top 4, and obviously the only one with a little bit of stability is probably Arsenal. But it's always hard to retain that title, isn't it?
100%. I think everyone's going to be hungrier than ever, and it is hard to kind of maintain that. You're now the golden ones that everyone wants to compete and to fight against. So I'm happy for United to be able to have that consistency from last season, because like you say, a lot of players are going to be coming, a lot of managerial changes. So I think United's got the perfect start at the minute, and hopefully hit the ground running.
You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor in partnership with Giacomo. Get fresh looks and great brands from Giacomo. Now, still to come, we're going to be discussing the most important position on the pitch. But just quickly, Manchester City have rejected an opening offer of £38.5 million from Barcelona for midfielder Rodri. We discuss more on that shortly. And James Trafford has signed a 5-year deal at Elland Road to become Leeds United's highest paid player, earning £170,000 a week. Now, though, it's time for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org.
That's right, it's now time for today's Bet Builder with our friends at Paddy Power. Welcome to Fern Buckley, and we're looking forward to tonight's first round EFL Cup match as Wolverhampton Wanderers take on Port Vale at Molineux. Fern, please remind us, how does this Bet Builder work?
Good afternoon, lads. Yes, we've all made some picks across different markets, added them all together to get some overall value. Paddy Power have then chucked a tenner down on it because if we get it right, it's a charity bet. It helps out the Attitude Foundation, and I'm so excited about this one. I can't tell you how many headaches it's caused.
Amazing. It's a 4-leg Bet Builder, and here are our picks. So I've gone for both teams to score. What do you reckon to that?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, Wolves have a heavily changed squad probably. Brand new manager, might want to be trying a few new things, could cause a few problems here or there. First round games is always going to be a bit problematic as well, a bit energetic. So that is in at evens and leads us quite nicely into possibly the wildest bet I've ever seen in my life.
Over to you, Gabby Agbonlahor.
So I've gone for Wolves to lose because I think they're useless.
Which means a win for Port Vale, and that has sent the odds sky high. But it's a funny one because, of course, not everyone else is thinking the same thing. You look at Wolves, though, last season, where they wasn't good at all, that relegation. Port Vale pretty much have a free hit, though. They can cause a serious upset with this, and that is in at 10-1.
Love how you phrase that, Gabby. It's not about Port Vale winning. It's about Wolverhampton Wanderers losing.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant Port Vale winning. Yeah. Sorry.
Our producer Joe, he's picked over 3.5 goals in this game. Woo! What do you reckon, Fern?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to coincide nicely with our both teams to score market, but then also for Gabby's Port Vale win, we need an extra few goals in there as well. So it's actually quite a popular one. People are thinking there might be goals in this game, and that isn't at 6-5.
Nice. And to make this a 4-legged affair, you have got a people's pick for us.
We've got people's pick as well. We've gone for more than 1.5 cards. That's what the people have chosen. Both teams average around 1.5 cards per game normally last season. So seeing as it's going to be like two teams let out the cage for the first time at the start of this tournament, could get quite spicy. It's another popular pick as well that Kieran Trippier will be the first to get the card too. So more than 1.5 cards is in at 1-5.
That sounds good. And we have some Bet Builder insurance, do we?
We do. So it all comes in about 86-1. So from a £10 bet, you get a return of over 900 quid.
Lovely.
I really want Port Vale to win now because it obviously goes to the Attitude Foundation and it's a charity bet for them. So, yeah, they're going to want Port Vale to win as well. Everyone's a Port Vale fan.
This early as well in the season, this is the time for upsets. How fit are Wolves players? New manager as well, a lot of new players in and out. Never know.
You never know. And you know what? Wolves will want that money to go to charity, so surely 100%. They're going to try and lose this game as well.
Exactly.
There we go. Fern, thank you so much.
Thank you, Fern.
Cheers, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, and you. Now, that is Paddy Power's Bet Builder for today. Minimum odds on this one are 1-5 per leg. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org.
Right, we have been talking Christian Romero. Is he Tottenham's worst captain of the Premier League era? We're going to go back to the phone lines. We're going to speak to Greg. Greg's a Tottenham fan. What do you reckon, Greg?
Good afternoon, Greg.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah. Getting back to the Romero thing. There's not been a leader at Lane for years, probably not since Gary Mabbott, and that's been the biggest miss for Spurs over the years. But getting back to Romero, he is just a total liability. How he was ever made captain in the first place was beyond me. An absolute joke.
And would you put him as the worst, or is that always going to be reserved for Sol Campbell?
Well, yeah, that will be reserved for Campbell, yeah. He's on another level.
Yeah, fair enough. But you're glad to see the back of Romero?
Oh, 100%, yeah. He was toxic. Mm-hmm. I think everything about him was toxic. Yes. His whole attitude just stunk.
Yeah.
He stunk the place out.
Fair enough. Greg, thank you so much for your call. With regard to that there, Gabby, what do you think? Do you think, like Greg there is saying that his attitude was poor. He stunk the place out, was the quote he used, I think.
Yeah.
For De Zerbi, going into a new season where there is some optimism around Tottenham, it feels like there is a new approach from Tottenham. Like the Daniel Levy era is over. This Lewis family approach feels very different. How important is it for De Zerbi to get players like Romero, who could be toxic, out of the camp?
It's so important. And this is, I was talking about this to a friend the other day. Managers speak. I know that from experience as a player. Managers speak. I'm telling you now, De Zerbi would have spoke to managers that have been at Spurs. What was he like in the dressing room? What was he like at half-time? What was he like after a loss? What was he like when he got sent off? What was he like around the training grounds? De Zerbi would have been thinking, okay, we're going to stay up and I'm going to get rid of the bad eggs.
Yeah.
We need a fresh sort of elite mentality at the football club. We're going to do Robertson, yes. Been there and done it. Champions League winner. What a pro he is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Captain material. Senesi, very good player from Bournemouth. Van Heck, good player.
Tonali, a player that he knows. He's played.
Exactly.
He's managed.
Fernandes, hungry player. He's going to just want good characters. So there's no bad eggs. So Spurs can finally get to a level where they look forward to playing at home.
I think they
not
can have
nervous.
a good season, you know.
Yeah.
I actually think they can have a really good season.
So this will be the time where the season where Spurs beat Arsenal and win at the Bridge.
I think that when I say they're going to have a good
Not a
season,
chance.
no, look, they can't. Far better Tottenham teams than this have lost to far worse Chelsea teams.
I think with the mentality of De Zerbi.
No, but you know when you talk about winning at the Bridge for Tottenham, it's just something that they can.
Mad, isn't it? It's like
it's one win in over 30 years. It's like they went 27 years without a win at Stamford Bridge. It's an unbelievable record, and Tottenham fans will always talk about the money, the Roman Abramovich era, or whatever. This goes back to Mark Stein scoring winners, Bernard Lambord scoring winners. This goes way back to Eddie Newton.
Needs to come
Eddie
in.
Newton scoring winners.
I think someone should come into the Spurs training ground and speak to them.
What, have a conversation about like the mentality of winning at the Bridge?
What can someone do to help these players
overcome this hurdle?
I mean, treat it like a normal game.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. You think about that Tottenham team. You know when they lost the Battle of the Bridge?
Yeah.
They needed to win in order to potentially win the league. We had nothing to play for, and they were 2-0 up at half time. And they were 2-0 up at half time.
They still couldn't win.
And they still couldn't win. Yeah, no, it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And long may it continue. You are listening to talkSPORT Drive.
Hussein, good morning.
Good morning, Shaban. Oh, Agbonlahor, you're making me boil right now. I can't stand you, mate.
Oh.
You know, what have you won? What have you actually won, Gabby? You've not won nothing.
Yeah.
All you keep doing is just criticize Arsenal. What have you actually won?
Nothing, mate.
You know, it's actually funny that I used to like you as a striker, but now I can't even. I don't know what I used to see in you because you won absolutely nothing. And Arsenal are gonna win stuff.
You
They're gonna
used
win.
to like me, you
Just won
said.
the Premier League. Yeah, I used to, but now.
What did you like about me though from before?
Now he's a big gob. Sorry to say that. He's just criticizing Arsenal, but you just don't see how Arsenal are actually making. They're going places right now. We've just won the Premier League. You just even don't appreciate that we did that because you just don't hate Arsenal. That's your issue.
I love Arsenal.
No, you don't.
I do. Thierry Henry is my favourite player. I've got his shirt that I wear at home.
Don't insult my intelligence, Gabby, please.
I love Arsenal, mate.
No, you don't.
I do.
Right, let me finish by saying this.
Okay.
Why will not what's his name, Vini, not come to Arsenal? Because we are actually building a team. Because we are building. Why should he stay in Real Madrid? Especially what
Real Madrid
happened between him and Jose. Never. You know what? I don't know if I'm gonna get anywhere with you, but I said what I wanted to say.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor. Still to come. We're going to be discussing the most important position on the pitch, but now, why is it so hard for the outsiders to be successful in English football?
Clubs like Newcastle and Aston Villa, who want to progress and want to compete with the big boys, they can't because of the financial restrictions.
Really hate this PSR. I have to say that I can't stand it.
His financial fair play is destroying the game.
It shouldn't be governed by business rules. There shouldn't be this PSR nonsense in place. People should be able to invest in football clubs and build them as they want.
I think PSR should be scrapped.
It's a bit of a sad state of affairs when you've got to keep selling your best player. Compete.
You're worth like billions, but you can't. You have to sell.
You don't have to sell this summer. It's all paper nonsense. You haven't got a clue.
Yes, that's right. As Gabby loves to remind us, football isn't fair. Sides like Aston Villa and Newcastle United, they seem to be stuck in their pursuit to reach the top of the game in English football because of financial regulations. So, are these financial regulations doing more damage than good? Let's get the thoughts of football finance expert and host of The Price of Football, Kieran Maguire. Kieran, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Kieran.
Evening, guys.
Kieran, let's start with Gabby's Aston Villa. He spent the last few months moaning about Tottenham, moaning about how Tottenham finished 17th 2 seasons in a row, and yet still they're allowed to splash the cash. Why is that?
Well, I think you've got to look at Spurs as being sort of an entertainment business, of which the biggest part is a football club which has not been as successful as people would have liked. But you take the money that they generated from the NFL, from the concerts in the summer, from the fights, They've got a fantastic conferencing activities as well. And the money that they're making since the move to the new stadium, that's increased by £150 million. You throw into the fact that, yes, they had a bad season last season in the Premier League, but Spurs, even though they got knocked out in the last 16 of the Champions League, they made more than twice, probably 3 times as much money overall as Villa did from winning the Europa League. So the odds are stacked against clubs such as Villa, who are ambitious and aspirational, because the established clubs have got that advantage. And under these SCR rules, it's all linked to the income you'll generate this season. Villa will be in a better position than last season, but they've still got headaches going back from a few seasons ago.
I think as well, Kieran, like I do understand the rules and I know why they're in place, because it stops clubs getting in big trouble if owners want to sell. But isn't there something that could be put in place? For instance, like Newcastle and Villa's owners, okay, the owners have to put a certain amount of money away somewhere where they can't touch, so that if they wanted to leave the football clubs, that the clubs don't go, into big trouble financially. Because how can Aston Villa finish in the top 4, win the Europa League, but you got to sell your best player, Morgan Rogers, one of your best players? Imagine Aston Villa be able to keep everyone and then spend 200 million like the other clubs, and then try and fight for the Premier League in the next few years. That's what the owners want to do. They've got the money to spend.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely. I've argued that what we say, we call these an escrow account. It's effectively you put the money in advance, and the owners wouldn't be able to take it out. And you say, well, let's work out the average transfer spend or the average wage cost, total football spend of the top 3 or top 4 clubs. And then if Villa want to match that, the owners have to put the money up now. So they've got to show that they're committed. And if things go wrong with the owners, or if the owners lose interest, at least there's no chance that the club itself will get into a financial crisis, as we saw under Tony G. So it won't be cheap, but it would be a sign of commitment. At the same time, if you're Liverpool or Manchester United or Chelsea or City, would you vote for that change of rules? That they want to keep Villa in their lane. They want to do exactly the same with Newcastle, and that's why the rules at present are very much stacked against those ambitious and aspirational clubs.
Kieran, can I ask you, you'll constantly hear cries from Newcastle fans, Villa fans, loads of football fans saying that this regulation is unfair. If you look at it without any bias, do you think that, generally speaking, this football finance in the Premier League is fair and just?
I think it's a really good question, Rory. First of all, you need to define what you mean by fair. Now, if fair is an even playing field to allow each club to be as competitive as the next one in terms of its ability to recruit and retain talent, then the rules have failed. UEFA, if you read their handbook, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm a nerd. That's my job to read it. It goes on for hundreds of pages, but effectively on the first page when it starts to talk about finance, it says we're not out to create a level playing field. And I think that's the frustration for Newcastle and Villa and those other clubs, because they're on the wrong side of history. Chelsea and Manchester City were able to do exactly what Newcastle and Villa want to do today, because they were acquired in 2003 and 2008 9 respectively. And now, because the guillotine came down with the introduction of financial fair play, it was we get hung up on this word fair. It's not fair. And also the rules are so easy to circumvent if you want to be naughty and be creative on the accounting side. Then it has stacked it really against those clubs that want to apply the rules appropriately.
Because you look at, like, obviously Liverpool and Manchester United, Kieran, they've got the fan base, haven't they? Africa and Asia. I remember going to Malaysia and it was just everyone was Liverpool and Manchester United, no one else. So the money that they generate from those continents, compared to someone like Aston Villa and Newcastle, they can't generate the fans across the world like that. Impossible. But the only way you do is if you keep winning. How can you win if you have to sell your best players? Make it make sense?
That's right. It's a catch-22 situation. You can't grow the club unless you win things, and you can't win things unless you grow the club. Exactly. And I'm fortunate. I do an awful lot of travel, and I see far more Manchester City shirts than I would have done 10 years ago. Well, why is that? It's because they were on the right side of history. They were able to be acquired by Sheikh Mansour and incur incredible losses because we didn't have those rules, and they've grown their fan base. Newcastle and Aston Villa would like to do the same. It's really tough because Manchester United and Chelsea and Arsenal and Liverpool and so on, they are fantastic brands in their own right, and therefore they've got global appeal. But the only way that you can break into that is if you achieve success. That's why people want to affiliate themselves with football clubs in the international markets. And if you've got one hand tied behind your back because you've got to sell your best players, as we've seen at both Newcastle and Aston Villa, then you don't get the star name staying for a long time. So therefore you don't get the kids and the adults wanting their names on the back of the shirt because those players move on, and you're very much restricted.
Kieran, can we talk a little bit about the promoted sides? So, we're constantly hearing Aston Villa want to spend money, they can't. Newcastle United want to spend money, they can't. And yet Ipswich seem to really be splashing the cash. Are they in a sustainable position to be able to do that?
Well, I think Ipswich have been very smart in the sense, remember, they were promoted 2 years ago. They bought some players. They sold quite a few players at a profit just after being relegated and in the summer 25 window. So that put them back into a strong financial position. And on the back of that, they have been able to spend again this summer. You got to spend it well. I think Sunderland are a perfect example of spending it as well. And they've been rewarded, and rightly rewarded, with participation in playing in Europe this season. Whereas some other clubs have come up and spent and have not done as well. But yeah, I think all three clubs are probably in a position where they could spend a wee bit more. Hull, I think, have got the biggest problems because I think it's fairly well known that they had to sell before the 30th of June to avoid a PSR breach from the EFL. But they've probably got the smallest budget of the three, and also they've come to the table the latest because they were in the playoffs. That's an extra 2 to 3 weeks after the other clubs have been promoted, and you've got that uncertainty, and therefore agents and players are looking elsewhere because they don't know whether you're going to go up. But yeah, all three clubs can spend money. I think we've seen Coventry start to spend. They've certainly got capacity. Hull have got less so, but I expect to see more incomings and outgoings over the next few weeks.
What about Crystal Palace? Should their fans be worried? They're winning trophy after trophy, but haven't spent any money this summer.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Yeah, I've seen some of the comments. I've done some of the number crunching myself. Palace are in a strong position. I mean, yeah, they made some big signings with Brennan Johnson and Strand Larsen over the course of the last 12 to 18 months. You don't get any money from winning the Europa Conference, and you'll make a wee bit of money from the Europa League. So they're not in a brilliant position. But yes, it is unusual, I think, because they need to be able to set themselves up for that Sunday, Thursday routine. And it will be a bigger challenge than they had last season than being in the conference. So I'd expect them to buy. Not yet is I think it's a case of they're just waiting for the right players.
Kieran, can I ask, if you survive, if you come up, like we're talking about these promoted sides, if you come up and you manage to survive, does that have a huge impact? Because we've just seen Leeds United make James Trafford the most expensive British goalkeeper ever. Is that how it works? If you come up and manage to survive, suddenly you can start looking and spending money in a very different way.
Yes, you're absolutely right, because first of all, if you survive more than one season, you end up with 3 years of parachute payments instead of 2. So that gives you an extra degree of certainty. Also, by that stage, you've recruited probably 5 or 6 players in your first season in the Premier League. You can, and they were signed with a view to getting you to 17th. That's your aim, and now you can fish in a slightly bigger pool, a slightly deeper pool, because you've now established yourself, and you become more attractive as a football club, because there will be some players who say, well, this club's not been in the Premier League for a while, and therefore, do I want to commit myself because it's probably going to be straight up and straight down? Well, Leeds have proven themselves, and they were worthy survivors last season, and that makes them a more attractive proposition. opposition. Yeah, they've got great support. They've got a decent sized ground, and again, I think Leeds are a huge brand. It's a one city club. They get they get more sponsorship and commercial income than you would expect for a club of that size. So yeah, I think they're in the position to continue to spend.
Kieran, when Unai Emery comes to the football club, when the new owners come to the football club, they all says, we want to dream. They were asked, Champions League, winning Champions League, why not? Why can't we dream? Winning the Premier League, yes, why can't we dream? Is that dream over?
Well, Leicester City proved in 2016 that it's not over. I think Unai Emery has done an absolutely brilliant job. Aston Villa have overperformed compared to their budget, and I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. I think he's absolutely amazing. And also he does have European experience, so he's got to be super smart, and he is super smart. And I think Villa still have plenty of wiggle room to do some recruitment this summer, because they will have made a huge profit off the sale of Rodgers. So can they dream? Yeah, every football fan dreams at the start of August. It could be our season if you stay free of injuries. If you get a half decent draw, especially assuming that they qualify in the Swiss model stage of the Champions League. There's no reason why they can't go far. And Crystal Palace, nobody expected them to win the FA Cup 2 years ago. They did it. They dreamt. They achieved. They achieved.
Amazing insight, Kieran. Thank you so much. What have you been up to? Anything big happening this week? Looking forward to the football season starting?
Well, yeah, of course, yes. There's been one or two things happening with FIFA which have kept me occupied, but I'm going to Edinburgh next week. I'm doing a fringe show with Kevin Day. So when we started the podcast, we never thought it'd survive 4 weeks, and now we're up on stage at the Edinburgh Fringe. He'll be doing the funny bit, and I'll be the useful nerd.
Oh, that would be fantastic. I love the Fringe.
Great.
Oh, you'll have a fantastic time. That'd be so good. You ever been to the Fringe, Gabby?
I haven't, no. It's on a bucket list.
Yeah?
I'll make sure I get there and do it, yeah. What about you?
Fantastic. Yeah, I've been. I like it. It's a great time to go to it. Anyway, Edinburgh, beautiful city anyway.
I want to go Edinburgh.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I do love Scotland.
Yeah, it's a great city, but it's really good, especially good in August. Yeah. Huge thanks there to football finance expert Kieran Maguire, and we obviously want to hear from you next. Is football finance fair? Is football fair?
No.
What would you do to level up the playing field? 03717 22 3344. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT with myself, Rory Jennings, and Gabby Agbonlahor.
But the Vinny Jr. one was a audacious attempt, to say the least.
Big word for you.
I've been learning this book that I've been reading. They've got these big words in. I'm trying to keep them in my brain. No, but it was always going to be tough shit, man. Like Vinny Jr. leaving Real Madrid to come to Arsenal, it just doesn't sound right. As Arsenal fans might get angry, I'll say it, but like, imagine Neymar Jr. at Barcelona. He's not going to leave Barcelona for Arsenal. They're always going to come to an agreement. Real Madrid aren't going to let a talent like that at 26. Do you know what I mean? What's he worth on the market? I know he's got a year left, but what's he worth, Vinny Jr.? Over 100 million easily. Real Madrid are never going to let that go. And Vinny Jr. in his mind won't want to leave Real Madrid. Imagine the crowds in Brazil, the people that love Vinny Jr. because he plays for Real Madrid. I just can't see it.
Well, that is interesting, because it was my understanding that it was if he wanted to leave Real Madrid. There's never been a he wants to leave Real Madrid.
He's not said it, has he?
He's looking for the right offer. He's looking at Mbappe going, can I get money close to that? Can I get a deal close to that? And if they're not going to give me what I deserve, then yes, I would be interested in what Mikel Arteta is doing. And don't get me wrong, Arsenal are a massive club, and they are on the verge of winning the Champions League. They're looking to go back-to-back Premier League champions. They absolutely can, right? They can. So, and I think he would get them over the line, but he's Vinicius Jr.
are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor, in partnership with Giacomo, style and brands for every man. Still to come, we're going to be discussing the most important position on the pitch. But just quickly, talkSPORT understands that Cristian Romero has agreed personal terms to join Atletico Madrid. And with reports claiming Dele Alli is training at West Ham, Carl Robinson, his former boss at MK Dons, told talkSPORT that he is still a talent and cannot afford to waste another opportunity.
You heard all the podcasts that we listen to, and an awful lot of people who talk an awful lot of things about how bad this person is or how difficult it is. We don't speak about the talent and how much we want to support these people. Now, he's had multiple chances to get himself back playing. So you can't blame everybody else. You've got to look at yourself first and foremost. And at the end of the day, if he is given this opportunity, it is true, and he goes into West Ham and he hits the ground running. They know they're going to have such a talented footballer. But that's down to him. Yeah. It's not down to anybody else now. I think it's about him just putting his boots back on and just doing something that he loves. Yeah. I think in talkSPORT about 4 or 5 years ago, it was a game of football just outside the studio, a little five-a-side. He'd be the first one in there playing.
Dele Alli at West Ham. What do you reckon, Gabby?
Listen, I want him to have a chance. I want him to get back playing, but he's been out of football for a long time.
Yeah.
Last time he kicked the ball was the 15th of March 2025. For Como.
For Como, yeah.
Yeah, so... I was about to say late Como then.
Late Como, no. Well, I mean, it's accurate. It is
I
on the
remember
late.
the game. He got sent off, didn't he? Loftus Cheek.
Yeah, that's right.
AC Milan, weren't it?
Yeah.
I think when you're out of football for that long, it's very difficult. Hopefully West Ham look at him and he shows the hunger. I like what Carl Robinson said there. Sometimes, you got to look at yourself.
Yeah.
Can you go in there? Can you be the fittest? Can you be the sharpest? Can you give more than everyone else in training? Show that you deserve a deal.
Yeah.
You know,
do you think he can?
Tommy
do you think
Asu
he can still do it?
Where's Tommy Asu gone? Was it Crystal Palace? He's gone in. He went on trial.
Yeah.
And they've signed him.
Yeah.
Go and show.
Yeah.
And then you get obviously a small contract and just the hunger and imagine how good he'll feel back playing.
Yeah. Do you think he can still do it? Do you think at that level, playing in the Championship for a club like West Ham, do you think he's still got the right mentality and the right ability to do a job?
Well, it's difficult to know about ability and how fit is he, how sharp is he, because it's been that long. You know, even before then, didn't play much, did he? At
Everton.
Do you know what I mean? It's been a long time since he's been week in, week out football. But maybe he goes into West Ham and he goes and plays 3-4 months of under 23 football. He's not going in there, Rory, and going to be involved with West Ham for months.
No.
You can't not play for that long and not get 6, 7, 8 under 23 games in. But even playing under 23s at West Ham, that's a plus.
Yeah.
That's a start.
He's only 30 years old.
Exactly, that's a start.
He's only 30 years old.
He should go to West Ham, and if he's got a chance to play any football for the under 23s to start, should have a big, wow, that's what you got to be. I've been training on my own with a fitness coach. But you know what? I've been given a chance. I'm going to take it. I'm going to score in every game I play, and I'm going to be the best player. I'm going to show Nuno Santo that he needs me in the first team.
Yeah, the problem is, though, everything that you've just said there, I think is bang on. But it's exactly what I said when he went into Everton.
Of course.
I was like, this is it. This is his moment. He needs to take this opportunity now. And it didn't happen.
But this is his last chance.
This really is last chance.
This is last chance.
Yeah.
So it's up to him now.
Also, when you think back, the player that he was at Tottenham, 2017, 18?
How can I be that player?
He's unreal, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, of course.
He's unreal.
One of our stars.
Yeah.
The country's golden
playing for England at the World Cup. And
exactly, but he's never going to be that player again. You never are when you come into your 30s, and it's going to be so rusty. But when you've been given a chance, how many players would die for a chance like that to go into West Ham and be able to train with them and see how you do? So it's all down to Dele Alli. How much do you want it?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. We wish Dele Alli the best. We also want to hear from you. Is football finance fair?
No.
What would you do to level up the playing field? 03717 22 3344. Adrian's a Tottenham fan. Adrian, what do you think? Is football fair?
Totally unfair, unfortunately. And I think I have two suggestions. The first one would be to have a salary cap. And I think that would level out the playing field somewhat. And I also believe that they should, I don't know what they call it now, PSR is what I've known it as, but maybe it's called something else now. But if the owner of each club put money aside, because I believe the whole reason for PSR is they were scared that clubs would go bankrupt. If for example, the owners of Liverpool put away 6, 7, 8, 900 million pounds into some kind of account that they can't touch, then you know that they're not going to go bust, and that would make it a lot fairer. And then each team could spend what they want on a player, but at the same time also only have it at a set salary, and then that way they could potentially only have 2 or 3 major players and then balance it out for all the other teams as well.
It's harder, isn't it? Because teams have already got their 5, 6, 7 year contracts.
Yeah.
You look at Chelsea.
Well, yes. I mean, you're not going to be able to change everything immediately, but you could say, well, we'll start it from now, and then, okay, whoever's on a contract now, we have to honour that. But in 4 years' time or whatever, once that contract is run out, well, you then have to say, okay, well, you now are starting from the new rules.
Yeah, but Adrian, look, just to explore this further, and almost to play devil's advocate from me, you're a Tottenham fan.
Yeah.
Should Tottenham not benefit? Tottenham not benefit?
Just so you know, I'm glad to see the back of Romero, by the way.
Good, yeah.
Okay.
No, that chimes with everything else we've heard from every Tottenham fan, yeah.
And also, I'm delighted that, or at least I really hope that Dele Alli does get a move to West Ham, mainly because of a lot of the stuff that he's gone through mentally. Because, money isn't everything. You can be a multi-millionaire and still have mental health issues.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
yeah, absolutely.
I really hope that he, as an ex-Tottenham, even though it's West Ham and we don't like West Ham, whatever, I really hope that he does well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
with that in mind, no, I completely agree, and you are in keeping with every Tottenham fan that we've spoken. It seems to be very much a don't let the door hit you on the way out attitude towards Christian Romero. But just to get your thoughts on the is football fair debate.
Yeah.
This isn't even my stance, but do you not think that it's right that Tottenham are rewarded for creating a stadium that is capable of housing Beyonce? Coventry City are rewarded for making sure that there's a load going on in that stadium, not just football. There's poker tournaments, there's hotels, there's all sorts going on.
Yeah, but
football clubs.
But that could be okay. But that could be done separately. You can have an account where you're saying, well, look, we have got X amount of pounds. That money that they have created by concerts and casinos or whatever it is, that can go on the purchasing of a player, right? Which that money then goes to another club, potentially a much poorer club, and then they still have to abide by the wages. So I'm not saying that they shouldn't be able to make money by hotels or concerts or whatever. And Tottenham has spent a lot of money, obviously, £1 billion or whatever it is on the
that is true. That is true. They did spend an awful lot of money. It's a great point there from Adrian. I think he articulated it really well. Now, though, it is time for no Googling. Gabby, I'm expecting big things here. Big things.
I'll get it all right, mate.
We want to know who was the first £100 million player in world football apart from Neymar. We'll tell you after this.
Your thoughts on Vinicius Junior, then Arsenal losing out in that? Were you hopeful or were you doubtful?
Do you know what? I was a little bit in the middle, really. I thought, look, he's a player that would certainly improve Arsenal. There's no doubt about that. He's got so much talent. But also, he's at Real Madrid, like Andy Townsend said. Why would you want to leave Real Madrid, as Andy says? But whether he wanted a different change of lifestyle and whatever, whether he wanted to go to London, I don't know. But I think what he's done, he's played the market, isn't he? So he's gone, right, we know Arsenal are interested. His agent's probably going to Real Madrid. Well, Arsenal, we're thinking about going to Arsenal, and they've panicked a little bit, probably got an unbelievable deal now, 6-year contract. And he's gone, right, okay, yeah, I'll stay then. Yeah. Done. And so he's played both sides, really, which a lot of agents do, a lot of players do as well. But I was always 50-50 really. If he comes to the club, great. But if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world.
Absolutely, you move on from it. I mean, it's absolutely dead now. He is staying at Real Madrid for 6 years, as you mentioned. But, you know, how important was that to get that idea that Arsenal were starting to flirt with world-class players, with somebody who would be a marquee signing?
You've got to do that. You've got to do that.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, you've got to do that.
They've done it. The champions got a final. You know, why wouldn't you?
And the club's in a really good position at the moment with finances and whatever. I mean, Josh Kroenke's really stepped it up another level really now and he trusts the manager Arteta to say, right, you know, we're going to really go with him and see what he needs.
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earn 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon. So expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor. A few moments ago, we brought you the second no Googling of the afternoon. We wanted to know who was the first £100 million footballer in world football besides Neymar. Gabby Agbonlahor, do you know the answer?
Philip Coutinho.
It was Philippe Coutinho from Liverpool to Barcelona.
140, what was it?
Yeah, heavy, wasn't it? Well, it was. It's often seen as being the rebuild for Liverpool, isn't it? It's the money that Liverpool used to launch.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Then Bayern didn't do much to do.
No, it didn't. It did not go well. But lovely little player when he was at Liverpool. Brilliant player.
Top, weren't he?
Top class.
Screamers.
Screamers. Goal. Yeah, he's got a blinder at Stamford Bridge, man.
Little Cruyff turn, bang.
Yeah, no, great player. Still to come. We're gonna have some fun with the best of talkSPORT. But now, boxing returns to talkSPORT tomorrow night.
Big bad man from out of England.
Down he goes for a fourth time, and Troy Williamson, victory from the jaws of career defeat.
What Callum Simpson now has to do is overcome those demons, that psychological damage that's been done. When he makes that ring walk, gets into the ring, he's going to remember that. Can he do it? Can he reverse it?
I watched the fight back, and as soon as the ref stopped it, he was there doing the ring doing press up. What he's been saying is just being very respectful and, like I said, classless, yeah.
Bad from me bad.
He won the accolades that he won, but I'm still a better fighter. And on the night, when we get to round 6, round 7, that weight cut kicks in. It's going to be in for a long night.
The highly anticipated return of these two gladiators.
And the new Troy Trojan.
Yes, following their explosive first encounter, Troy Williamson and Callum Simpson reignite their rivalry in one of British boxing's most eagerly anticipated rematches. And it's all live tomorrow night across the talkSPORT network. You will get all of the action live and exclusive on DAZN Worldwide, or listen live on talkSPORT from 8 p.m. Let's head to Leeds now and get more on this with talkSPORT's host of Fight Night, the Omen, Spencer Oliver. How are you, Spencer?
Good evening, Spencer.
Rory, Gabby, how you both doing? Yeah, really good, mate. The sun has come out here in Leeds. It's been absolutely freezing, actually. Probably 10 degrees colder than it is down in London. But thankfully, the sun is out. What happens when the sun's out? Spencer goes big.
Feeling good about this one, Spencer? You looking forward to it?
I am, mate. I always get excited about fights like this because we saw the first one. It was an absolute barn burner. You know, the huge underdog in Troy Williamson coming up from super welterweight, jumping up 2 weight divisions, and looked like his career had come to an end, if I'm honest, losing 3 of his last 4. Turns off a massive upset against the champion Callum Simpson. Now we get to run it back again, and it was an unbelievable fight for 10 rounds before Callum Simpson finally come apart in that 10th round, hitting the canvas 4 times before the referee stopped it. He says he's going to right the wrongs of that last one, but let's see if he can really do that, because it was a crushing defeat. And Troy Williamson says now he's grown into this weight. He sees a big opportunity, and where he thought his career was over, the motivation now for him is getting that world title shot, that long-awaited world title shot, and he's not far away from doing it, guys.
Well, Williamson was obviously the shock winner in the fight. I watched it, Spencer. He feels that this fight with Callum Simpson, the rematch, he's stalling his career, doesn't he? He wants to leave that there and go on to a world title shot. But Callum Simpson's got a new corner, you know, new coaches. Do you think this will help him revenge in the rematch?
Yeah, well, listen, it might help him psychologically, because he'll feel that, you know, he got it wrong last time, Callum Simpson. Tactically, he got it wrong. He went in there was no thought process behind what he was doing. He was just throwing punches, and he was getting hit repeatedly with the right hand against the old wily fox and the big underdog in Troy Williamson. You know, Rob McCracken now is in the team with Callum Simpson. Callum Simpson's been staying away from home luxuries. He's been down with the GB setup down there with Rob McCracken and the team, and he says you're going to see a new revived guy, and there's going to be a lot of educational boxing IQ behind this performance, and he needs to do that to turn it around, to be honest, because I know how difficult it is to go into an immediate rematch after a crushing defeat and turn it around. There's a lot of demons to deal with, you know, that ring walk to get on with. He's going to be remembering that way that last round went. He's got to put all that aside, forget about that, and focus on what he's doing. Rob McCracken's a great guy, a great tactician, by the way, and a great trainer. Let's see if they can come up with a master plan, because it's a tough ask against Troy Williamson.
Spencer, your big brother's behind you.
Yeah, I heard that, mate. He's just walked up beside me as well with a fishing rods. I'll be there in a minute, boys. Don't worry, I'll be over there.
Spencer, you know, these two, it does feel like there's genuine hostility, genuine animosity between the pair. Do you think that is all real?
With these two, I don't think it is. No, I think that Callum Simpson's one of the nicest guys that you will ever meet. He really is a beautiful guy, and Troy Williamson equally. But they've got to build up that, you know, that hatred towards each other, you know, because they're going into a gladiatorial sport. You know, they've got to get in there, and you've got to look at the guy that's across the ring from you and think, he's trying to take food out of my kids' mouths. He's trying to take my future away from me. And that's where you have to be. So mentally, psychologically, and this game, by the way, is 80% mental, 20% physical. You You know, that mental part of it is where fights can be won and lost. Both guys know that, and that's why you're seeing a little bit of animosity. But trust me, when it's all over, they will have ultimate respect to each other, because the first 10 rounds they went through, you know, you can't not have respect for your partner. It's a moment that only you two have shared, and they're doing it all over again. They're going to be totally respectful of each other when the final bell rings, win or lose.
Spencer, please talk to me about this fight between Fraser Clark and Lamar Griggs, because I'm no boxing expert, mate, but I thought it was 12 rounds I've seen 10 rounds, but 6 rounds. Can you explain that?
Right, yeah, so Fraser Clark originally had a different opponent. He only got put on the bill last night, which was 24 hours ago, because they were negotiating whether he could get out or not. He wanted a little run out or something, you know, and Adam Kollerick was the original opponent.
Okay.
The Boxing Board of Control refused Adam Kollerick, and then this other guy's come in. The first time I saw the other guy, because I thought it was Kollerick still, the first time I saw him was at the weigh-in. So when I interviewed Fraser Clark afterwards, and had a great interview with him, by the way, talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel, you can catch that one. When I interviewed him, you know, he was as blown away as me. He was like, yeah, I thought it was this guy, and then I found out moments before it was that guy because of the boxing ball, but it's all about me, Spence. It's all back, getting back to winning ways. You know, he's lost 3 of his last 5, drawn 1, so his record's not looking particularly good, and it's probably like he's got his career in the balance here. He's got to come through this one. Joe Gallagher, another interview that I've done, will be out on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel very soon. That was a very emotional interview that was talking about Joe's health and the way he's come back. He's got cancer again, and the struggles that he's having through that. That's a really deep interview and worth watching. But he was talking about, you know, he needs a win here. Then they're going to get him a big fight, possibly out in Saudi, and try and get him back into the mix. But they know where they're at right now. It's sort of make or break. They need a win. They need a big win with a big name. And if he loses again, he sort of falls into that category of, you know, not far off being a journeyman. And he's too good for that. He's an Olympic bronze medalist. We need him up there. Justice Hooney last time out pushed him all the way. Lost on a split decision. But the result is the result. He lost that one, and he needs a win.
What I did like about his last fight, though, Spencer, I watched it, and he looked leaner, he looked fitter, he looked like his prep had been better. You know, obviously we all seen the Fabio Wardley fight, how that went for him. It was disappointing, but he has to put in a performance, hasn't he? Wrap this up in 2-3 rounds, and then look at, like you says, bigger fights, because he's a fan's favourite, isn't he, Fraser Clark? Such a nice guy.
Yeah, we love him, Big Fraser. He's brilliant. He's brilliant on the mic as well. You know, he's a very good commentator, very good analyst. And, of course, we want him back to winning ways. And Joe Gallagher is the man to do that. That guy is brutal. Old school trainer. You guys will know about old school. You will, Gabby, anyway. You'll know about old school trainers in football and whatnot. You know, he's a no-nonsense sort of guy. And that's what Big Fraser needed. He needed that discipline in his life, you know, that regimental lifestyle, and I think that he's found that in Joe Gallagher, and we saw in the performance against Justice Hooney, who was pushing Fabio Wardley all the way before getting knocked out, to give you the level of standard where he was at. We saw that Fraser Clark lost it by 1 round. You know, you're talking about him, if he would have won round 4 or round 9, he was winning the fight. It was like that close. So Joe Gallagher's done a great job with him, but the facts are the facts. He needs a win. Not against this guy, because he's going to beat this guy, because, you know, no disrespect to this guy, but no more than probably a tomato can. It's like one of those sort of performances. The guy's been dragged in. He didn't look in particularly good shape, but this is all about getting Fraser back to winning ways, and then he's thrown in again in a sink or swim situation.
Right, Spencer, cards on the table. Troy Williamson, Callum Simpson. Who comes out on top?
Oh, Rory, you're brutal, mate. That's a tough call, like, because I love Callum Simpson. Listen, my heart is with Callum Simpson. He's a beautiful guy, but Troy Williamson, you have to lean towards Troy Williamson because of the manner of the victory that he done it last time out. Can you imagine him when he was going in there? In his own head, psychologically, he's walking into the ring thinking, I've boxed 2 weight divisions below this. I've lost 3 of my last 4. I think my career's over. I get this opportunity, but I'm brought in as the opponent. So he doesn't even have that self-belief. He goes in there and pulls off the unthinkable and wins the fight. Now, going into this one, he's entering as Superman, as a gladiator. That's where he's at in his own mind. So he's going to be a different kettle of fish totally. And for that reason and that reason only, I have to go with Troy Williamson.
Amazing stuff, Spencer. Thank you so much.
Man, Spencer.
And I'm sorry for the height joke. That's very much people in glass houses there.
Listen, Rory, mate, you ain't much taller than me anyway, are you?
I don't think I am.
A
That's
giant,
the thing.
mate,
I don't even think I'm taller. I don't even think I am.
But I've got to tell you, Rory, mate, anyone probably, or most, I'd say 99% of the people that are over the age of 12 are taller than me.
And me.
Acceptance is a great thing. And little Spence, he accepts it.
Absolutely.
Spence, when you see him, Spence, give him a nice little rib shot when you see Rory.
Yeah, please don't do that. There'll be a lot of people that would be over the moon with you if you did, though.
No.
Thank you so much, Spencer.
Top
Thank
man,
you.
Spencer.
And don't forget that you can watch Troy Williamson against Callum Simpson live and exclusive on The Zone worldwide, or you can listen live on talkSPORT tomorrow from 8 p.m. You're listening to Drive with myself, Rory Jennings, and Gabby Agbonlahor. Next up, it's the best of talkSPORT.
No smoke without fire. Of course not. He is interested in the Arsenal project.
Arsenal
if he's to leave Real Madrid.
Arsenal going for Vinny Jr. is like me sending Rihanna a message on Instagram saying that I'd love you to come to the Bullring in Birmingham. I want to take you around Birmingham on a date. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, he's not leaving Real Madrid to come to Arsenal, one league title in over 20 years, can't win a Champions League in their whole existence. He's not going to come to Arsenal. He's used Arsenal to get an extra 5, 6, 7, 8 million pound a year, and he's going to sign a new contract at Arsenal. Sign a new contract at Real Madrid. Simple. What he's doing. Arsenal been used.
Did you ever shoot your shot with Rihanna though? Did you ever do it?
I might have. Yeah, I might have. That's private business. I might have.
But the point is, we know that Arsenal have made a go at Vinicius Junior, so they've tried.
And maybe I tried, and it didn't work out.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out for Arsenal, is it?
You make me cringe.
No, one league title in over 20 years. Never won the Champions League. Can't sit at the big table of the Champions League winning clubs like Villa, Nottingham Forest, Celtic. And you think you're going to go and sign Vinny Jr., the fan base that Vinny Jr.'s got in South America because he plays for Real Madrid.
It's not.
Rodri's doing everything he can probably to get out of Manchester City to go to Real Madrid. Haaland will go to Real Madrid at some point in his career.
It's not dead yet.
listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor in partnership with Giacomo. Get fresh looks and great brands from Giacomo. Still to come, we're going to be discussing the most important position on the football pitch. But just quickly, Manchester City have rejected an opening offer of 38.5 million quid from Barcelona for midfielder Rodri. We'll discuss that more shortly. And James Trafford has signed a 5-year deal at Ellen Road to become Leeds United's highest paid player, earning £170,000 a week. A lot of money. Now, though, it's time for this. That's right, it's time for the very best of talkSPORT and Friends, where we run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and from our sister stations. We're going to kick things off with The Breakfast Show, and we're going to hear Alan Brazil talking to Ray Parlour about his wedding day.
It's always a lovely day, isn't it? I mean, I love going to weddings when it's not your own. When it's not your own.
It's snow.
Did you?
Yes. We never get snow. It was snowed in. The cabs and that couldn't come.
Yeah, I got registry off you.
Bobby Robson missed his cab.
Did you, what, in the church, was you? And all that?
Yeah.
And mine was registry officer.
Well, yeah, you were worried about people jumping on you and stuff like that.
Down in Hull Church.
Those Harold Hill gang.
If you, who would be invited, Gabby? You end up getting married. Imagine, right? You get married tomorrow.
I will, yeah.
Who from talkSPORT gets the invite?
Do you know what, mate? If I'm being totally honest, nobody. I don't really.
Not one person.
I don't really like anyone here. It's not work, isn't it?
Not one person. Literally, not one.
You have to put on that you like people for your job.
Would you? Okay. What about if you were ranking? So you have to invite 3 people, right? You have to. Is it Shabana Hearn?
Yeah, Shaban.
Does Shaban get the invite? Does Jamie O'Hara get the invite?
You know why? You would get the invite, Jamie. You know why?
Go on.
You can park all the cars and stuff. You know, give him jobs. So you actually don't get into the wedding, but just like, Jamie, park that for me.
Okay. So Jamie O'Hara gets invited, but he has
chef. He likes food. He can be the chef.
He has to earn his invite.
Yeah, and park the cars.
What about? So you've got Shaban.
I wouldn't let Alan come. He'd ruin it.
Jason Cundy?
No, Alan and Jason will say something that would cancel the wedding.
Andy Goldstein?
No, we will say something that would cancel the wedding.
Darren Bent?
No, Bent would probably want to play paddle during the during the wedding.
Andy Jacobs?
No, I think he can be quite moody at times.
Paul Hawksby?
No.
Simon Jordan?
No, Simon wouldn't be happy with the value of the wedding.
Jim White?
Enough. No, Jim would almost get him off.
No, Adi Oladipo?
No.
Hugh Wozencroft?
Oh, definitely not.
Me?
You got ID?
Well, there we have it. Literally nobody. Shabana Hearn and Gabby Agbonlahor.
Yeah, Shaban maybe, yeah.
That was unbelievable. I tell you, and good news, Alan Brazil will be back. He won't be back with me, but he will be back on Breakfast on his next show.
Sticking with today's Breakfast Show, talkSPORT's chief moaner, Jamie the Chunk O'Hara, joined the boys from the rough part of Portugal, where he apparently got sick after eating a cheese toasty.
Nothing is worse than food poisoning. I don't care. Like, it's the worst.
Yeah, but you didn't get it from a cheese toasty. No chance.
Did.
Rubbish.
Mate, get on this.
What about
right,
the 3
lads?
bottles of Matthews Rosé you had before it?
No. I was out here with the boys, and then the missus flew out, right? And I'd had a few drinks.
That's giving it away now. Alcohol poisoning.
The missus flew out, right? And then I thought I'd take her somewhere nice to have a bit of breakfast. So I've gone down to Albufeira and I've gone into Fat Cats. That was the restaurant, Fat Cats. And they stitched me right up because they said posh cheese on toast. And I thought, that sounds all right. Posh cheese on toast, I'll have a bit of that. Both me and the missus had it. Within hours, we're in bits. So it wasn't posh cheese on toast, lads, let me tell you. It was death on toast.
Are you having this excuse?
I don't think that this has happened. I think that I believe that he was ill, but I just don't think it can be from cheese on toast. You can't get ill from cheese on toast.
He said breakfast, didn't he? Do you eat cheese on toast at breakfast?
No. No. I'm strictly a granola man.
Yeah, I'm not sure now. Would you ever go to Portugal in itself and eat?
No. You know, if you're in that Iberian Peninsula, it's one of the most beautiful parts of the world. Incredible. You can have the gambas, the paella. You can live the dream.
Sea bass.
What's he doing?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you can have the sea bass. Why?
You can have a chicken Caesar salad. Do you know what I mean? They're nice abroad, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? By the pool.
Cheese on toast.
Incredible, isn't it?
No.
What's next? Beans on toast. Or a toad in a hole.
Yeah. I wonder what he's had for dinner then.
Honestly, he's so English, isn't he? Would you ever plaster your illness all over social media as well?
It was no.
I've heard people say that it gives them the ick. A lot of
Do you think that could give you the ick?
I think girls have said that.
Giving you the ick?
Yeah, gives you the ick, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't necessarily. No, I think some things don't need to be a shared experience.
You know what I mean?
Some things are shared experiences.
Look at me, I've got a drip to make me better. The drip's got a drip.
Yeah.
Anyway, a reminder that the Weekend Breakfast Show with Shabana Hurd and Tony Cascarino is back tomorrow morning from 6 a.m.
And I'll tell you what, we're going to finish by hearing from one of Gabby's former teammates. Here's Ashley Young getting questioned about players he shared a pitch with throughout his illustrious career.
Best player you've played with?
Wayne Rooney.
Best player you've played against?
Wayne Rooney.
Toughest opponent physically?
Wes Brown.
Quickest player you've played against?
Theo Walcott.
Quickest player you've played with?
Gabby Agbonlahor.
Best captain you've had?
Stilian Petrov.
Whoa, high praise. High praise, Gabby.
Is it though? It's normal.
I think that's quite high praise.
Yeah, but I don't. But people that followed my career would be listening and seeing that and say, "Yeah,
that rapid though." Like
I was, mate. I was. I don't listen. I wasn't the best at finishing. I wasn't have the best first touch dribbling, but I was rapid, mate.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, right, I used to do athletics till I have to choose between football and athletics at 12 years old. And I was the fastest in Birmingham at my age.
Really? Who's the best player you ever played with?
Played with?
Yeah.
Oh. Gareth Barry, Jack Grealish, yeah, I'd say. Yeah, maybe Gareth Barry. Yeah, but mate, if you look back, mate, YouTube's there.
Yeah.
Like, I was rapid, mate.
Okay, quick fire then. Are you quicker than Ashley Young?
Easy, mate.
Quicker than Ashley Cole?
Easy.
Quicker than Steven Gerrard?
Yep.
Wayne Rooney?
Yep.
Darren Bent?
Easy.
Darren Bent? They're easy, yeah?
Yeah, Bent, he wasn't rapid like me.
No?
He'll admit that.
No? You quicker than Jermaine Defoe?
By far.
Really?
Yeah.
Eden Hazard?
You know what? Mate, you're taking the mickey here.
No,
Hazard, yes.
Darren Bent was rapid as anything.
He wasn't compared to my level of speed, mate.
Mo Salah?
Yes.
Lionel Messi?
Yes.
Gareth Bale?
Touch and go with Gareth Bale, I'd say.
Cristiano Ronaldo? Pace?
I think touch and go with Ronaldo.
Okay, I've got one for you.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker?
He was at Villa with me in 2010.
Who won the
race? And we used to draw.
Draw?
He used to play right back. I used to play left midfield, and we used to do practice games.
Theo Walcott?
On par with me, yeah.
Kylian Mbappe?
I say Mbappe quicker.
Jamie O'Hara?
Depends if he's running to the fridge or not. Do you know what I mean? If he's sprinting to the fridge, he's quicker.
Amazing.
Chunk.
Absolutely brilliant. And a reminder that you can find all of our shows on the talkSPORT app, where you can swipe between talkSPORT, talkSPORT 2, and all of our sister stations so that you never miss a moment.
You young kids.
Young kids.
Barcelona are now leading the race to sign Rodri from Manchester City, notwithstanding the loss that would be to City in a new era under Enzo Maresca. What's the latest on that? And is it the case that Real Madrid have dropped the ball here? Because it seemed to be, reading reports, that Real Madrid were in the driving seat with this one.
Yeah, Rodri wanted Real Madrid earlier in the window, and Florentino Perez hadn't decided what kind of midfielder he was going for, which is why several names were linked, including Enzo Fernandez, and Real had to issue a statement saying we've had no contact with Enzo Fernandez. Jose Mourinho came in. Finally, they got the mandate from Perez to start negotiating financially, but Barca have basically hijacked this, although some sources say Barca were there even before the window opened, and it was Real that kind of steamrolled in. And ultimately, Rodri, for family reasons, wants to go to Spain, but we've got a fascinating scenario now. Man City want to keep. Pep Guardiola never used to stand in players' ways, especially senior ones that had been long-serving and loyal to the club. But Enzo Maresca's new, and of course, if it's his say, he'll go to his board and say, keep him. If he doesn't renew, we'll let him leave on a free transfer in 2027. And now Barca are going to accelerate and bid, and they have full player buy-in. So Rodri wants Barcelona over Real Madrid, and I think there's a strong chance that this one happens. Man City are going to add another midfielder. I Ayo Buadi advanced talks. They've got other targets as well. Elliot Anderson has already come in. And in essence, it's whether City say Rodri deserves this move and follow that Pep Guardiola approach, or if they double down and say Enzo Maresca doesn't want him to leave, so we're going to make it really difficult.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor. Still to come, we're going to bring you the end of show quiz on International Beer Day. But now, football returned last night with Carabao Cup action, and there is more live on talkSPORT tonight.
You've got to love the Carabao Cup. Early rounds, you are guaranteed drama.
Ball in right footed efforts in. It's Middlesbrough that take the lead. And Smith has scored! Welcome to Wrexham! It's one of the classic Carabao Cup ties. It's down by Soucek, poked in by Bowen. It's 1-0 West Ham United. Crossed in by Bishop. It's 2-0 to Pompey.
The Carabao Cup delivering yet again on talkSPORT.
Colchester won, and he's lashed it into the back of the...
Is Azaz! Oh! Finn Azaz! For Southampton! What a breathless, fantastic advert for Carabao Cup football. Evans! Mansfield Town back on level terms! Bamford again! Second goal for Patrick Bamford! Second goal for Sheffield United! All the drama of the Carabao Cup live on talkSPORT.
Yes, Yes, the wait is nearly over. Live football is back on talkSPORT tonight. We'll bring you the first domestic cup commentary of the season as Middlesbrough take on Wrexham in the Carabao Cup. We'll look ahead to that and to the rest of the weekend's action shortly. But for now, Gabby, you know when you hear that commentary, when you hear Adrian Durham in full stride?
Incredible.
It's just back, innit? Football being back.
I'm ready
Those
now.
noises from the terraces.
I'm
It's a
ready now.
joy.
I'm
I
ready.
feel the same.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You know when the referee blew the whistle on full time of the World Cup, saw Spain lift it, Argentina cry. I was so happy to say goodbye to football for a bit. I was done. I was so done by the World Cup.
Yep.
Now I'm so ready.
I'm ready.
It's going to be great.
Do you know why I'm ready, mate? Because so many different managers. How are they going to start off? The pressure. Do you know what I mean?
Nine,
exactly.
Gabby.
Even like you look at Crystal Palace, look at Fulham, Arbeloa. Like, is he going to struggle? What are the new teams going to do? Like Frank Lampard's back in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You know, can't wait. The whole City owner is a character.
Yeah.
You know, looking forward to seeing him at games. And
I think you're right. I think that's what's beautiful about this season. It feels like there's real jeopardy. Look, Arsenal obviously front runners. But then if you go beyond Arsenal, I reckon that there's probably 6 sets of fans that can genuinely believe that their team could launch a serious bid to win the league.
And there's teams as well that are looking below them.
Yeah.
Look at the likes of Brighton, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, playing 2 games a week. You know, they've all lost players, important players. You start to look at the teams that are coming up, which teams can stay up. Ipswich just spent well. Fulham have lost Wilson, they've lost Diop, they've lost Jimenez, they've lost their manager. What did Marco Silva get out of that squad of players?
All of these unanswered
Do you know
questions
what I mean?
that makes football so enthralling.
Exactly, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. And
No, I'm with you. I
Can't
can't wait to have it back. Right, there is also big news. Manchester City midfielder and Ballon d'Or winner Rodri appears to be on his way to Barcelona. There has been a lot of talk recently about his exit, and it looked like he was going to be heading to Real Madrid. However, the latest reports indicate that Rodri has told Barcelona that he would like to join them this summer. I mean, Gabby, there are some transfers, right, that you can get your head around. There are some transfers when you're a fan of a club that you can rectify, you can rationalise, you can almost convince yourself that you're going to be better off without them. If you're a Manchester City fan, this is just poison, isn't it? This is terrible news.
Do you know what? Before the World Cup, I reckon Manchester City fans would have been like, get Anderson in, Rodri's 30, you know, he's had a poor season, not the same player of his injury. They would have been okay with it. After the World Cup, you're saying, the Ballon d'Or Rodri's back. It was the best player in the tournament. It was outstanding. No, we can't lose him. We want both of them. Anderson can play a bit further forward. You know, Rodri, you sitter. Anderson, your other centre midfielder. He can score goals. He's got it all. You don't want to lose him. And the cheek of the bid from Barcelona. We were talking last season, weren't we? Bruno Fernandes. 31. Rodri, 30. What would Manchester United accept for Bruno Fernandes right now? 50 million, they'd say, no thanks, we want to keep him.
Of course.
I guess
it's contract issue, though. It's the fact that there's a contract like running out for Rodri that's probably coerced Barcelona to put in this kind of bid. But you know, when you talk about Rodri in terms of just like the player that's leaving Man City, do you think it's fair now? You know, when we talk about Premier League greats, Premier League great midfielders, and we always go Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, Patrick Vieira, Roy Keane, Kevin De Bruyne, Yaya Toure. We reel them off. Is it now right that Rodri is that? Is Rodri now comparable to Patrick Vieira?
He's got to be in the definitely conversation. Champions League winner, Premier League, multiple Premier League winner, Ballon d'Or winner. Now you win the Ballon d'Or. We was with Michael Owen a few months ago at his stables in Chester. Ballon d'Or winner. Can't talk to him.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like Rodri's on the Ballon d'Or. So that's Manchester City. I don't think can afford to lose him. But like you said there, if the contract's running out, he's not going to sign a new deal. What's it going to be worth next summer? I'm not sure the length of his contract. If he's got 2 years left, 1 year after this maybe, then I understand it. But it just seems a very small fee, doesn't it?
It does seem a small
He's one
fee.
of the players that will play deep into his 30s, Rodri.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, he's not going to be one that's retiring 32, 33.
Do you think Barcelona's the right club? I was surprised because generally speaking, we're conditioned to believe, aren't we, that if Real Madrid come knocking, you want to go to Real Madrid. Whereas it feels like he could have potentially gone to Real Madrid, but he's choosing Barcelona.
Do you look at it and the two things are Vinicius Jr. and Rodri? Vinny Jr. gets the extra money.
Maybe.
And then Rodri, now Barcelona are interested. Have they chosen Vinny Jr. over Rodri? As crazy as that sounds, financially, Real Madrid have to choose one or the other. Is that what they've done?
Maybe.
Because they were close together, wasn't they?
Do you think he's the perfect signing for Barcelona? Like, if you're a Barcelona...
Yes.
Yeah, this is
You know what? Because I was having this debate with someone in talkSPORT the other day. They were saying Rodri's better than... I think it was Flex. Rodri's better than Busquets. And I was like, Whoa. Let's all calm down here, yeah? I know people like, this is what we're talking about just, was I quick, was I wasn't? People forget recent bias, Busquets.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What he done in the Barcelona shirt, what he done for Spain. Like, he's probably one of the top two
I think it's widely
defensive
accepted.
midfielders.
That trio, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, as a three,
Dear Lord,
probably the best three midfield
yes.
ever.
Oh, of course.
But if you're looking at them individually now, does Rodri muscle in on that debate at least?
I forget Iniesta and Xavi, but Rodri, Iniesta, similar role. I'm sorry, Rodri and Busquets. I'm still choosing Busquets. I really am, mate, because I used to be obsessed with that Barcelona team because of Messi, because of Iniesta, Neymar, Suarez. Man, he was unbelievable. Yeah. If you look at clips of Busquets' first touch, turns he was doing, outstanding player. Yeah. So I look at Barcelona and imagine Rodri starting, and you've got Pedri next to him, and then you've got
Dani
Olmo, then you've got Yamal, Torres, Rafinha.
Yeah. Does that suddenly become, do you think Rodri...
Scary.
Do you think it suddenly becomes potential winners for the European Cup?
Defence. You're not going to win the Champions League.
He was unreal at the World Cup.
Yeah, he was, but I look at Garcia next to him, Koundé, I look at the fullbacks, goalkeeper. I think it's the defence that let them down, and their tactics as well defensively, the high line, even though they were a bit better at it last year. I look at teams like PSG, they've got the full team, haven't they? Look at them defensively. Mendes, the best left back in the world. Hakimi could be the best right back in the world. Goalkeeper's very good as well. 2 centre halves, a top. But I just look at De Jong's got an injury, hasn't he? He's got a long-term injury, hasn't he, De Jong? So he's obviously in there to take his position. I think they'll be up there again, but defensively they might cost him.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, that's
top
for sure.
Player, Rodri.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yesterday, Adam Catterall was joined by former West Ham striker Carlton Cole, and he said that he believes that defensive midfielder is the most important position on the pitch.
Listen, he's a sensational footballer, but he's a brand as well, being able to attract him to you. Yeah. There's only one football club in the whole of the United Kingdom that could attract someone like a Vinicius Junior.
Who have we got here?
Mate, there's one.
Who? Man United?
There's only Manchester United as a brand that could attract him. And people will come at me and say, well, what about Manchester City?
65.9 million.
City are around what about? 55 million? 56 million? Something like that on Instagram? Something like that?
City. Manchester City, yes. 56 million.
Look at Real Madrid.
What's Chelsea?
Look at Real Madrid. Go and look at... This is the point that I think Gabby was making this morning. I know that he was making it regarding trophies and what have you, but look at the brand value.
180 million.
There you go. Right. That's how big that football club is.
Blimey, that's a lot.
That's how big that is as a worldwide entity.
Very interesting stuff there. What do you make of all that?
Listen, the defensive midfield role is a massive role, but I don't know it's the most important. I do look at my club, Bouba Kamara. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Top. He would have went to the World Cup, probably would have started for France if he didn't do a bad knee injury again. I look at Manchester City, Rodri. I look at maybe Rodrigo's, Anderson's in that role. I look at Liverpool, Gravenberch, even though he wasn't at his best last season, still a top number 6. I look at Chelsea, Caicedo, one of the best in the league for me in that role. I look at Arsenal, Rice can play there, Zubimendi. Manchester United now have only got Andre Santos, which is like not really what you're looking for at Manchester United in that role. But it's a really, really important role, mate, because what they do when I watch them, Rory, is that it's totally different to the players that I played with. They're literally coming into the 6-yard, sometimes 6-yard box to receive the ball off the keeper.
Yeah. And then start the attacks.
And they're so comfortable.
Yeah.
They can receive it in the 6-yard box and know one little mistake, it's a goal.
Yeah.
But they're so comfortable. They're so good on the ball. They're so comfortable with their angles on the half turn.
It's so difficult, isn't it? Because I'm very simple generally, but I'm very simple when it comes to football. And I would always go, the most important player in any team is a centre forward. And that's kind of the way I'd see it. But then when I think back, I kind of think maybe Carlton Cole's right. Like the reason that Chelsea won the league in 05, first time we won the league for 50 years, you're always going to talk about the brilliance of Lampard, the goals of Didier Drogba, but what Claude Makélélé did for that team, what Claude Makélélé did, and then he arrived at Chelsea. Chelsea won the league. He left Real Madrid. Real Madrid went to pot.
Yep.
That role, and then if you think of every single team that's won a Premier League title, you can almost immediately, I know you can do this with centre forwards as well, goalkeepers, but I think that you can always think of that pivotal, defensive-minded midfielder.
And even more important now because they can score goals as well.
Yeah.
Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
If they get into the right positions, they can shoot, they can finish, they're the best passers in the team, they can win the ball back. If I was playing in this day and age now, I'd be like, I want to stay away from Casado, I want to stay away from Kamara, Gravenberg, I want to stay away from these guys because they're just on you, winning the ball back. And how every team plays the game now, Rory, we've seen it. You know, Martinez at Aston Villa, foot on the ball, waiting for the team to press.
Yeah. And then
without a Kamara, you're not getting out.
Yeah.
That defensive midfielder now is that player that sets up the attacks from so deep. It's the same for Casado.
Yeah.
You know he's coming and he'll receive it off Sanchez, and you know he's going to keep it.
So what do you think? It sounds like you're agreeing with Carl.
I think I am.
But do you think that the most important player, if you're going to buy one player to change the fortunes of a club, if you get that position right, that defensive-minded midfielder, that is the most important position.
I think it is, and I know this might be controversial, but goalkeepers is so important now as well, because how the game is played now. Look at your goalkeepers, mate.
Yeah. No. The reason that Chelsea can't win the league next year is because of Robert Sanchez.
Yeah.
If suddenly Mike Mannion becomes a Chelsea player, I think that we're in tight.
How many saves has Emi Martinez made for Aston Villa? How many attacks has he set us off? Emi Martinez puts his foot on the ball, no backlift. Ollie Watkins is through on goal.
Yeah.
I mean, Chelsea can't do that. Your goalkeeper is so... Look at Spurs, haven't got a top goalkeeper. Vicario, useless last season. Ramsdale and Pope, not good enough. Newcastle brought in a new keeper. You need a top... David Raya.
Yeah.
How important has he been to Arsenal?
Yeah, he revolutionised their
way
backline.
football's played now. Goalkeepers I played with used to take goal kicks. Brad Guzan, if you heard this, you'd be laughing. We used to call him like wobbly foot. He used to take goal kicks and he used to wobble with swerve like a Drogba and Ronaldo free kick and go out to play, hitting kids in the stand. Do you know what I mean? It's total different sport now where goalkeepers have to be so good.
Yeah.
Jordan Pickford,
but then look
how important he is for Everton.
Again, I'm going to say it. Am I just really basic? Is it just not a centre forward though?
No.
Like, is it not? If you could sign any player for any club, look, if you look to sign anyone, is it not Erling Haaland? If Manchester United are going to launch a serious bid to win the Premier League title this year, is it not totally reliant on signing Kane?
But Erling Haaland needs service.
Yeah, it's just Do
you know what I'm saying? Like, he still needs service. If you're not playing the right football and you've not got your defensive midfielder to start off these attacks.
Yeah.
Look at Rodri in the World Cup, mate. I mean, we looked at everyone. There was so many good players, wasn't there? Mbappe, Messi, Kane, Bellingham, Haaland.
But it was Rodri.
Rodri stood out the most.
But it was Rodri.
Controlling the game. He was making France look like amateurs. They look like professionals the way they were chasing shadows, weren't they?
Yeah. It's a very interesting one. In fact, you're going to have to let us know. Please get in touch. 03717 223344. What is the most important position on a football pitch?
I anticipate Arsenal to absolutely go again and just be as good as they've been this season.
Mm-hmm.
The key element for me on the title this year is Rodri. If Rodri's a Manchester City player throughout the whole course of the season, Manchester City will win the league.
That's a shouting off, that is, isn't it?
Do you disagree? If Manchester City lose Rodri and he goes to Real Madrid, they will not win the league.
I know what you're saying, but I look at it as well from because Anderson's coming, isn't he?
Yeah.
So
he's not Rodri.
I know he's not Rodri.
But he'll benefit from playing alongside him.
Yeah, that would happen.
But if you leave him on his own in there, I think you've got carnage.
I do know what you're saying, but I think there's more of a factor that Maresca might not be up for it either. You don't know yet.
I think he's up for it.
You reckon he's up for it?
I think he's up for it.
We'll see.
He knows that club. He's been at that club. He understands how that club
You're
works.
talking like a real Manchester City supporter.
He went to Chelsea. He did.
Are you Blackburn? You're a Blackburn fan, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll talk.
Hold on a minute.
We'll talk about their dismal summer in a minute.
What about the other teams?
Why are you doing this? Why are you deflecting?
Well, I'm just trying to say.
All I was doing was talking about the Premier League title race. That's all I was saying. And I was just saying that the big impact, the key piece of information for me is Rodri being a Man City player throughout the whole course of the season. And if he is, Manchester City will win the league.
Cool, but that's a shout.
Do you not think so?
So where was he last season?
getting back from his ACL, mate. Do you not think so?
No, listen, mate.
So you're tipping Arsenal. You think so? You believe in what I said at the start of the show, that you believe that we're entering a dynasty time.
Yeah, but I don't. I wouldn't hang my hat on it.
Who sings this, Rory?
Absolutely no idea.
No idea. The game.
Absolutely. Oh, the game.
The game.
No, wouldn't have got that. You could have played the whole song.
Oh, really?
And I wouldn't have got that. No.
You're not a fan of the game?
No, I do vaguely remember the game, but no, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have got
beef
that.
with 50 Cent he has?
I'm Team 50 Cent.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't fancy game beef with 50? No?
Nah, I'm Team 50 Cent. If I'm Team anyone, I'm 50 Cent. You?
Yeah, I do like 50.
Yeah.
Bit of a troll though, isn't he?
Funny.
It's savage, isn't it? Yeah, he's funny.
He's very funny. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor in partnership with Giacomo. Style and brands for every man. Still to come, we will look ahead to the weekend's Carabao Cup action on talkSPORT. But just quickly, Manchester City have rejected an opening offer of 38.5 million quid from Barcelona for midfielder Rodri. We'll discuss that more shortly. And James Trafford has signed a 5-year deal at Ellen Road to become Leeds United's highest paid player. He's earning £170,000 a week. Now, though, we're taking your calls. What is the most important position on a pitch? 03717 223344. Let's speak to Shaz. Shaz, you're a Liverpool fan.
Good evening, Shaz.
How you doing? You're right. How you doing? You're right, guys.
Very well. How are you?
Well, yeah. Gabby, by the way, I love your banter on the talkSPORT, man. It's amazing. I love it. Keep it up.
But having fun, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, right. So obviously, like what Rory was saying earlier, it has to be the holding midfield role because the DM. If you look just recently, go back to Leicester when they won the title. I mean, with all due respect to Robert Huth and Wes Morgan, they're not exactly the best central defenders on the planet, but it was because of Kante. Following season, he goes to Chelsea, they win the title. I mean, when we won the title under Klopp, it was Fabinho had a storming season. Yeah. Then when we won it recently, it was because of Gravenberch playing that holding role. Rodri City went off the boil last year because Rodri weren't there. Last year, I know Declan Rice plays a slightly higher role, but he was their player of the season because of that, that midfield, that holding role. Without that role, I think that's the most important role.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Spot on. Yep, because you're starting off attacks, like we said earlier with Rory. You're starting off attacks. You obviously, the Makaleli role they called it, where you're clearing up as well. They're so important.
Shaz, do you think it's fair to say that there was a period for Liverpool, certainly under Klopp, when right back or fullbacks were the most important position on the pitch?
Well, no, you can say that, but at the end of the day, the only reason the right back could go that far forward was because, so many times you used to see Fabinho come across when Trent was bombing forward. Fabinho used to come across and cover him there. Even Gravenberch covered Trent as well a couple of years ago. When they used to bomb forward, when the right back used to bomb forward, they used to have that holding midfielder sitting back and used to cover that space and stuff for them. So without them having that holding midfielder there, I mean, Trent wouldn't have been as effective going forward. So
Casado. How much was he? 100 million?
Yeah.
Anderson, 117?
Yeah, God, they could have all been like, there was a time, wasn't there, Shaz, where we thought Caicedo could have been off to Liverpool? Romeo Lavia at one point off to Liverpool? Sadly, I think we're losing Shaz, but it's a great call, Shaz. Thank you so much for getting
good signing, Lavia?
No, terrible sign. Terrible. This is make or break season for him now.
He's made out of straw, isn't he?
Yeah, it just needs to happen now. It really is make or break.
How much was he? Sorry.
A lot of money.
Was he like 70s, 80s? Not?
Yeah, it was. I mean, not quite that dear, I don't think, but it was a lot of money, and it's one of those that's it just hasn't worked. I think there's
You're
a lot
lucky
of
that Casado isn't injury prone himself and gets through every game.
I think there's a lot of players this season where it feels like they need to have a good year, like it needs to go well.
Foden, Palmer.
Foden needs a season. Palmer needs a season. Garnacho needs a season.
Yes.
I think Romeo Lavia needs a season. I think they really do need to shine.
agreed.
Now, still to come, we're going to look ahead to this weekend's Carabao Cup action on talkSPORT. But first, it's time for no Googling. Oh, God. Right, we're talking about defensive midfielders. We want to know, how many grains of rice does Declan Rice weigh? Answer after this.
Look at Real Madrid. Go and look at this is the point that I think Gabby was making this morning. I know that he was making it regarding trophies and what have you, but look at the brand value.
180 million.
There you go. Right, that's how big that football club is.
Right, that's a lot.
That's how big that is as a worldwide entity. 180 million, and you're talking about him coming to a club that has 32 million followers on Instagram. Again, these are very basic metrics. Very basic metrics. But Vinicius Junior is in a completely different stratosphere. All this talk about him coming to Arsenal throughout the whole course of the summer has just been manipulation from an agent trying to get the dude a few more quid. That's what it is. He was never in a million years going to be an Arsenal player this summer. That's what it is. It's just manipulating the market. Let's see if I can get some more money for my guy. Yeah. Why would he come to Arsenal?
I said that was agent talk. Agent talk. Just using Arsenal as a
leverage.
A tool.
Yeah. Arsenal are interested. Oh, right, wicked. Brilliant. Arsenal, champions of England. Right, well, let's use them. Yeah. Let's use them. Go back to the table with the Real Madrid lads. Yeah, he's coming out of contract. You know what I mean? He needs a few more zeros on this contract. Yeah. Okay. We're going to sign Yandy Mande. Let's put some pressure on you. Now, don't worry about that. Vinny Jr. ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Is it?
Come on. You can't leave. I just don't see leaving Real Madrid as unless you don't leave Real Madrid unless Real Madrid leaves you.
That's it.
That's it, mate.
Unless you come to the end of your time on your way, son.
Can't have a supermodel girlfriend and you leaving your supermodel girlfriend.
She leaves you.
For the dinner lady. Like, you know what I mean?
The dinner lady! You can't call Arsenal a dinner lady.
Oh, it's love, innit? It's love.
boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters, but it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the tax man at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
VIP. Let's kick it. You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor. Now, a few moments ago, we brought you the final no Googling of this evening. We asked, how many grains of rice does Declan Rice weigh?
No,
I'm looking at you, Gabby Agbonlahor.
No, I'm not even guessing.
No?
I'm not interested.
You're not interested?
No.
You're not a fan of this
because
question?
they'll clip this up for the next 12 years.
Because you get it completely wrong.
Exactly. No idea.
Okay.
I pass.
Okay, well, look, here's the workings out. Declan Rice weighs around 80 kilograms. A single average grain of uncooked white rice weighs around 0.02 grams. Declan Rice weighs roughly 4 million grains of rice.
Heavy, that, isn't it?
So if you were to get 4 million grains of rice, that would equal 1 Declan Rice.
Really?
Yeah.
Reckon that's what Jamie had to give him food poisoning. Reckon?
4 million grains of rice. Now, you know, it's wonderful, this show, because I never knew that. I never thought I would needed to know that, but now I'm really happy that I do know it, and I will regurgitate that as my own
If
knowledge.
the question comes again, you can use it again, can't you?
That could be my mastermind.
Yes,
clincher.
agreed.
Following us from 7 p.m. tonight, Ollie Klink presents live Carabao Cup action of Middlesbrough versus Wrexham. Keeping on that topic, let's preview the upcoming Carabao Cup action this weekend. As I said, tonight is Middlesbrough versus Wrexham live on talkSPORT with commentary from Mark Wilson and former Newcastle United defender Steve Howie. How do you see this one going, Gabby?
It's a difficult one to predict, isn't it? Because Middlesbrough done okay last season. They lost the manager Rob Edwards. New manager come in and done well. Wrexham would have been quite disappointed to miss out on another promotion. And it's hard to predict as well this early in the season.
Yeah.
What teams had the best pre-season?
Yeah, it's hard. I love this competition. How do you feel? How do you feel about the League Cup?
I quite like it because it's more realistic of you winning. The FA Cup was always a hard one to get to. We got to the final of the Carabao Cup and we lost thanks to Phil Dowd, dodgy decisions. But It's always one where the Premier League teams come in later on, and you've got a better chance because teams are resting players as well. But we spoke about it earlier, didn't we? Your team, Chelsea, once they come into the Carabao Cup, they've got to go stronger.
Yeah,
competition.
I love this competition.
Yeah.
It's a day out at Wembley. I think it's a brilliant historic competition. I don't know why people are sneering towards it.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
massive.
I think it's big. And look, for Middlesbrough and Wrexham, I think their fans will be buzzing with this. I think they'll really want to win.
Imagine how long you've been waiting. You know, yes, the World Cup was fantastic, but you want to see your club team play in a competitive game. I'm sure both sets of fans are buzzing for it. And
also, both sets of fans will think they can come up this year.
Oh, 100%. And they'll want a cup run, and the managers will want to stay in the competition as well because, yes, there's a lot of games in the Championship, but you've got big squads and players want to show what they can do in cup competitions. So big ties, even tomorrow, West Ham Portsmouth.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talking
Big
of that
game.
one, that's on Saturday live on talkSPORT 2 at 3 p.m. That's talkSPORT 2, 3 p.m. West Ham United versus Portsmouth with commentary from Kevin Hatchard and former West Ham United defender Scott Minto. I mean, West Ham entering this competition this early, they will really want to kick off their season strong, won't they?
Yeah, this is about, we spoke earlier, pre-season games don't matter, but this does. This is like, okay then, this sets your season off, positivity. You don't be losing this game now. You look at West Ham, getting relegated. Who wants to go out there and show they want to play for West Ham?
I mean, this is probably, they have to come back up, don't they? Everything going on around the club at the moment, they just have to come back up.
Non-negotiable.
Do you think this is one of the most strong Championship sides ever? One of the most strong Championship squads ever?
Yes, I do. I think let's talk about Troy Parrott, isn't there?
Yeah.
And, who else was it earlier we were speaking about West Ham looking into? I do think they're a bit light going forward, but when you look at that defence, Wan-Bissaka's still there, Carl Walker-Peters, Mavropanos, Todibo, Kilman.
Yeah, these Kilman's there, isn't he?
Diouf's still there. Goalkeepers, Iriola, Hermansen, is that their second choice goalkeeper?
But I expected, I don't know, someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Well, someone will take him.
He's a good player. He's whatever level you think he is, however high you rate him, you definitely see him as a Premier League player.
Do you know the problem is, though? There are probably clubs that would want Wan-Bissaka, but what's he earning?
Yeah.
What do West Ham want for him?
Yeah.
That all comes into it, and maybe some of these players leave in the last few days of the transfer window.
Yeah, maybe.
We still got, 3 weeks left? Over 3 weeks left of the transfer window? So maybe they start the season off and they're looking bright, still looking fit, looking hungry, and then clubs come and snatch them from West Ham. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, do you want to see West Ham come up?
Doesn't really bother me, to be honest.
Not fussed.
I know I don't want any more enemies, so maybe I should change that. So, because Arsenal fans don't like me very much. Listen, I want the 3 teams that deserve to come up.
That's nice.
There's eight. There's 8 now, isn't there?
May the best man win.
Yes, and there's more places, isn't there, for the
yeah,
playoffs
8th place.
Well?
8th place. QPR might even make it.
Exactly.
Also on Saturday at 5:30, live on talkSPORT 2, we have Colchester versus Southampton with commentary from Joe Shannon and former Southampton winger Perry Groves.
I want to go to that game.
Southampton.
You know why?
Go on.
One reason why do you think I want to go to Southampton playing away from home?
To see the reaction that the manager gets.
And the players
get.
And just the reaction Southampton get, their fans, their manager, their players. Howell Bellis, he was doing that sign, wasn't he, after they scored a goal. And it all went not very good for Southampton. But I think it'd be quite a funny atmosphere.
Yeah,
all of Southampton's away.
No, it's going to be They're going to get it in the net.
They're going to get it.
They're going to get it. They're going to get it in the net.
Non-stop, mate, for the whole season.
Yeah, I tell you, we're going to speak to the Moose now. In fact, Moose has got some team news for us.
The Moose.
Yeah, you're not going to ask me the same question you asked Gabby.
Yeah, I think we know your answer to this. But yeah, you think you'll come up, don't you? Surely.
Well, go on. You asked whether you wanted us to come up, not whether you thought West Ham would go up. But yes, I do think they will, and I do want them to. And if Villa got relegated, Gabby, I wouldn't care either. Wolves against Port Vale tonight in the League Cup. Daniel Balls tonight. On the bench is summer signing Raul Jimenez, of course, a return for him this season. Menezes, back from loan, is in the starting 11. For Port Vale, 4 players make their debuts. Jackson Smith in goal, Mo Foulside from Wrexham, Carl Dempsey, the new skipper this year, who was signed from Bolton, and Lewis Monser, who was signed from Lincoln City. Spoken to John Brady, he's certainly going to take it seriously, but the League Two side will be absolute underdogs here against a Wolves team who will be wanting promotion this season back to the Premier League. Maybe, Gabby, at Villa's expense.
Oh,
there you go. Thank you very much, Ian Abrahams. There, you see Port Vale winning this one, don't you, Gabby?
I hope they.
No, you don't see Port Vale winning.
I hope they win.
You see Wolves losing.
Yeah, Wolves losing. Yeah, me and Wolves don't get on.
We're not.
You
You were just talking moments ago about how may the best team win, and you're upsetting too many people, and that lasted about 5 minutes.
It's like, for instance, you don't want Spurs to win anything.
No, never.
Brentford.
Couldn't care less. No, Brentford. Couldn't care less about
irrelevant.
Is that how it works? So if you were ranking rivals for Villa, out of
Birmingham City, then Wolves. Yeah, I used to get some stick playing Wolves. Dear Lord.
Really?
Oh, dear.
They got good support, Wolves.
Yeah, they've got a good fan base.
Stadium,
electric as well.
Where did West Brom rank in this?
West Brom are just below Wolves. West Brom didn't like me as well.
No?
Yeah, West Brom and Wolves. Yeah, after Birmingham City, yeah.
Did you ever play Birmingham?
Say again?
Did you ever play the Birmingham derby?
Yeah, loads of times, yeah.
How'd you find it?
Oh, it's electric, man.
It's one of the most intense. I feel like it's underrated.
Oh, of course it is. There's a reason why it's 12 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah. You know, when we talk about like the biggest rivalries, people always go Arsenal, Tottenham, or Man United, Liverpool, whatever. I remember when Villa played away at St Andrews, and after the game there was a pitch invasion. They were launching fireworks into the away end. It was amazing.
I played at St Andrews. Was it 3 or 4 times? 4 times.
Score? You ever score?
Yeah. Multiple. I scored 3 goals.
I'm giving you the tapping here now. I'm going around the game. I'm trying to setting you up.
Double figures, I think. I remember we lost to them in the Carabao Cup, right? That's when they went on to win it. I scored in the game. And I remember we're losing 2-1. I'm looking, I'm thinking, like, there's probably 30 seconds left. But I'm on the opposite end of the tunnel.
Right.
I could see all the fans are waiting to storm the pitch.
You've got to sprint across. Find out how fast you are there.
Oh, mate, honestly, mate, I started creeping. Do you know what I mean? I was leaving the centre half. I was in centre mid. By the time the final whistle went, I sprinted out.
Did you?
Fastest I've ever sprinted.
Did you make it?
Off the pitch, yeah. Just in time, mate. They would have probably kidnapped me, mate. Off the pitch if because the police couldn't stop it, the stewards.
Yeah.
But
no, those Midlands rivalries, they're very
Wolves,
underrated.
West Brom, spicy.
Wolves, West Brom's unbelievable.
Yeah,
rivalry.
Wolves, West Brom, spicy. Yeah, but Brentford's not one for you.
No, Brentford's not one for me.
I did say something disrespectful about Brentford a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
No, I wasn't happy. I said their stadium should be like folded up and put away after every game.
Yeah, it's like Sabutio ground.
Yeah, so you can use the
stick it under the flyover on the Westway.
Less traffic. Do you know what I mean? It didn't go down well with.
Yeah, that's not going to go down.
Not a bad idea, though, is it?
No, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. So what have we got? We've got Southampton. You think Southampton will beat Colchester?
If they deal with the abuse that's coming their way from the Colchester fan base, well, yeah, I think Southampton will be good enough.
Yeah,
still got a strong set of players. They'll be favourites to come up as well.
It'd be a dream for you, right? If Villa, you know, when you talk about how Villa season goes, to win the League Cup would be a dream.
Give me top 7 and win the Carabao Cup, FA Cup now. I'll bite your arm off.
Yeah,
with what we can't spend and what everyone else has spent, and that's my.
I remember you winning it. Actually, you beat Leeds. Dwight York.
96,
Dwight York. Yeah.
But you see me now, Rory. People might say that like, oh, you can't be like that, but my energy has changed now because of these financial fair play rules. Now, when I see Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Manchester United, Arsenal, Spurs, when I see them win games now, I'm going to say, well done.
Is that you? Are you a new man this season?
Well done. No, in the sense of like a sarcastic of like, well, you should be winning, shouldn't you guys? Look at the money you spend.
I thought you were adopting the moral high ground.
No, I'm just going to be like, yeah, you should be winning. Well done. Move on to the next game. It's not going to be like, oh, Chelsea were fantastic. Look at the way Rodgers and Palmer and Casado and Lacroix from...
No, you're not going to do that.
No,
you're just going to sarcastically applaud.
Yeah, because the money that you guys are spending is a joke, and like clubs like Villa and Newcastle can't, and I'm not going to get over it.
Oh, well, that is amazing. Do you know what's up next?
What is it? The quiz?
It's the quiz. I take this quiz, just so you know.
I'm very good, by the way.
When I was playing against Adi Oladipo last week, I was taking it so seriously.
I don't lose at quizzes.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
There's not much up there, but
on talkSPORT. Gabby, we're enemies now. We're enemies now to the end of the show. It's the quiz next.
Chelsea Brentford.
Chris, what about Man U? I fancy United have a much better season. I think Michael deserves this job, and I do think they're going to be up there. I think they're going to push. I think they're going to be strong.
No, I do. I think I'm so happy to see Carra's just thriving. I think, obviously, having played with him, you know what kind of character he is. He's that composed and he's intelligent, and he's obviously bringing that into one of the biggest jobs in world football. And I think the run they obviously had at the end of last season, obviously in 2026, I think they were like #1 in points taken. So for him to be able to have a full pre-season, bring in whoever he likes in terms of players and just have that belief, I think there's no one better kind of, steering that ship really. And no, I'm excited to see what the season brings for them.
I think it's going to be an interesting season, Chris, all round, because so many new managers. You don't know what to expect. Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs have spent big money as well. Whether they can try and get into that top 4, and obviously the only one with a little bit of stability is probably Arsenal. But it's always hard to retain that title, isn't it?
100%. I think everyone's going to be hungrier than ever, and it is hard to kind of maintain that. You're now the golden ones that everyone wants to compete and to fight against. So I'm happy for United to be able to have that consistency from last season, because like you say, a lot of players are going to be coming, a lot of managerial changes. So I think United's got the perfect start at the minute, and hopefully hit the ground running.
You are listening to Drive on talkSPORT with me, Rory, Jennings and Gabby Agbonlahor. Following us from 7 p.m. tonight, that clown Ollie Klink brings you live Carabao Cup action as Middlesbrough take on Wrexham. Mark Wilson is your commentator for that one, and he has some team news for us now.
Yeah, good evening, boys. Happy new season to you. The sun is shining up in the north-east, and Middlesbrough hoping to hit the ground running. They give debuts to their new signings. Bahalta and Lancashire both start. It's Brint in goal, the back three of Ayling, Melanda and Borges. Britton, Bahalta, Castledine and Arston across the middle. It's Sarmiento, Lancashire and Whittaker up top. For Wrexham, 7 of the 11 that took the field in Philadelphia against Sunderland earlier in the week. They do start. Ward is in goal. Viner, Hyam, Doyle and Imre the back four. Brian James and Thomason across the middle. It's Rathbone, Broadhead and Smith up top. All the action, we're live after you at 7 o'clock. Former Newcastle, Manchester City man Steve Howie alongside us for commentary of Middlesbrough against Wrexham.
Cheers, Mark. Right, now it's time for this. Teddy is in the studio and it is time for our quiz.
Teddy.
And I'm taking
Hi,
this
guys.
incredibly seriously.
Yeah, come on, Ted.
My debut on Drive, actually.
Quizmaster, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good sunglasses. Anyone watching on YouTube,
Yeah.
you do look the part.
They are nice, aren't they?
You do look
Help
the
me
part.
see.
Yeah.
Right, now.
Okay, right. What have you got in store for us today?
It's International Beer Day.
Oh, beer.
Big day.
Love a beer.
Big day.
Oh.
Friday night, beer day.
Yeah.
So I've got for you the top 12 most sold beers / pints in the UK.
Okay.
In the UK only.
Are we working as a team?
You are.
Oh.
Okay.
You are.
This is okay. Let's start with.
We have to work as.
What do you want to go?
Oh,
this?
yeah, you can go.
Well,
yeah,
we could do it Timmy Mallet style.
Yeah, I don't want to be a team with Rory.
All right, then,
Okay.
that's fine,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. I'll just defeat you now.
Want to cry about it?
Yeah. Don't cry.
Okay. Me first.
Whatever you want, yeah.
All right. Carling.
Yeah, that's on the number 3.
Stella.
Number 2.
Budweiser.
Number 4.
Oh.
Guinness.
Number 1. Got top 4 off the bat.
Guinness beer, yeah.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
Well, it's a It's just.
Yeah. Corona.
Number 8. It's on there.
Number 8.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh.
Corona's number 8.
Everyone gets in a bottle, doesn't they?
How long's he got?
Is Madry on there?
It's number 11.
And what are we doing?
Okay.
Top 12.
Oh, then fine.
So
Nothing
it
wrong
is
with it, then, is there?
Yeah. Flying through these a bit quick.
Moretti.
Number 6.
Moretti's on there.
I need a pen.
Yeah. Bottle of Moretti, geez.
Moretti.
Yeah, Moretti.
How's Moretti?
How long has he got?
Peroni. Has anyone said Peroni?
No, that's not on there.
Peroni's not on.
Nah, wrong.
Oh,
wrong,
you
mate.
lose. I win.
Peroni's not on.
No.
But Moretti is.
Yeah, because more people
Don't you
buy
know
Moretti.
people? You're not in touch with the. I mean,
Out of reality.
I drink.
How much
I
loaf bread
definitely
is
drink
your
my
fat?
fair share of beer.
Yeah.
And I drink a fair share of Peroni.
How much is a pint of milk? Bet you don't know.
Yeah, you
I
don't
know
know.
exactly.
Spoiled brat.
Do I get any more guesses or am I out?
You only drink
Oh,
champagne.
it's gone.
Oh, Heineken.
Yeah, that's on there, number 9.
What's going on? I
There we
thought we
go.
quit. I thought I'd won because I got it
No,
wrong.
we haven't got the 12 yet. We have to get the
you need
12.
to get the 12.
Oh, okay then.
This is going to be impossible now.
No, they're big.
I have some rascal ones in Newcastle that I tried once.
I ain't gonna be that. Only the Geordies drink it.
Come on then, let's work together, mate.
No. What is it going to be? What is it going to be?
These guys back there, useless. Look at them.
Moretti.
Beer drinking monsters over there. They don't know nothing.
Moretti, Stella, Peroni.
Peroni. San
Guinness.
Miguel.
San Miguel's on there, number 10.
Ooh!
San Miguel, great
Oh,
shout.
God.
Cruz Campo.
No, unlucky,
No,
mate.
Cruz Campo. Why are these are
I've
better
got one,
beers?
I've
I'm
got
giving you
one.
better
Well,
beers.
it's not the best beers.
I've got one. Desperados.
Not on there.
Foster's. Let's go.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why?
It's a top drink, that is.
Yeah, but it's not. It's
Beer
not
and
top to
tequila.
most sold.
What's your?
I don't think.
What's
it
your
is beer and
go-to
tequila.
drink in a
It
pub,
is,
Gabby?
it is beer and tequila.
Desperados beer and tequila.
Yes, it is, mate. How
I don't
dare
think
you?
it is.
Okay, can someone tell?
I don't think it is.
What do you think it is?
I think you're pouring tequila in the beer.
It's beer and tequila. Thank you.
What's your
See?
What's your go-to drink in
it?
a pub, Gabby?
Yes.
Gabby, if you and I ever end up in a pub together, what are you having?
So I'd be like, spicy marg.
Spicy marg. Hey, that's what you'd have if we went to the pub together.
Spicy margarita, yeah. On the rocks,
That's what
no
my
salt
wife
on the
has,
rim.
mate.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That's what my wife has.
It's not bad.
Like,
What-
what,
what-
are you? You think you're in an episode of Sex and the City?
So what are you saying, Rory? That men aren't allowed to drink spicy marg?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, say
Actually,
that,
I
mate.
don't know if is that. Yes, I am saying that. Yeah, I'm open to saying that.
You go with it.
Yeah, I don't know if this is enough to get me cancelled, but yes, I'm saying it's really, really unnatural for a man to have a spicy margarita.
Okay, then, so I'll change my drink.
You never had a spicy marg?
I think I may have tasted one, but generally it's what my wife would order. Well, okay, if not a spicy marg, if we're in a normal pub, what are you going to have?
Shandy. I'm joking. I'd have a glass of white wine, maybe Sauvignon Blanc. Keep it simple.
Do you know what? It's
New
been an honour.
Zealand?
It's been an honour to work with you.
£80,
Genuinely,
yeah.
look, I've paid money to watch you play football in stadiums, and I hold all professional footballers in really high regard. It's a real honour to talk football with you, and it's all of the good work. I'm sitting here in awe
gone,
of you.
yeah.
No, it's gone.
gone,
It's like
yeah.
this geezer wants a spicy margarita in the pub. I don't know what to say to him anymore. This is uncharted territory for me. I've never ever been in this position.
Spicy margarita, mojitos, and yeah, a bit of wine. That's it, mate. I'm not really a big drinker.
I just
you know.
can't believe
What's
it.
your favourite beer?
I like a Cruz Campo. I like a Star of Ramen.
No.
What?
You said one though. Foster's was on there.
Foster's, okay.
A Star what?
Star of Ramen. Comes in a nice
Where do
jar.
you get them? Do you have to go to?
You get in the Prince of Wales,
Kensington,
Kilburn Arrows, you can get them.
What is it, 20 quid a bottle?
You got 2 left.
60 seconds, come on, Gabby, stop letting me
2
down.
left.
Mate, I got no idea.
One's Danish, one's French.
Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Carlsberg.
Bang. Got on both.
Still going, Carlsberg.
Smashed it.
Yeah, Carlsberg's alright.
Yeah,
Right,
Carlsberg.
What beers have you tried?
Me?
Yeah.
To be honest, I do not like any beer apart from Corona.
Just in a bottle with a bit of lime.
Bottle, yeah, with a
In the
lime
sun.
inside, yeah, a bit of sun, extra lime inside. That's it.
Yeah, this is appalling. I'm so
Sorry,
disappointed
God,
with you,
no,
Gabby. I really am. Listen, Gabby, we've got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
The League Cup action is underway now. Middlesbrough versus Wrexham is live straight after us. But look, you played in the League Cup final in 2010, right? What are your memories of that?
Someone said in your ear, stop talking about beer.
maybe not.
The League Cup final, I got sucked down for a penalty by, I think it was Vidic, and somehow Phil Dowd didn't want to give him a red card. And then
I remember that.
Milner scores, but then Owen got injured. They had Rooney on the bench. And then Rooney comes on, changed the game. We lose 2-1. But if Phil Dowd had done his job, and
Vidic would have been sent off?
Yes, and Martin O'Neill, you bring it up, good luck. He's still angry about it, Martin.
Oh, really?
Yes, so we lost the final. I threw my runners-up medal down the stairs on the way down.
Did you go and collect it afterwards?
No,
No,
threw it down.
never got it.
No, threw it down. Done the same in 2015 when we lost the FA Cup. Threw it down the stairs, left it.
Do you regret that? Do you wish you had
what are you going to do with it?
Fair point.
Tell your kids as a runners-up medal.
Fair point. I'd love one. I'd love a runners-up medal. But Gabby, it's been an honour. Thank you
Been
so
an honour,
much.
yeah.
Thank you to everybody for listening. You've got Ollie Klink up next.
Icy Mars, fancy one?
No, I do not.
Hussein, good morning.
Good morning, Shaban. Agbonlahor, you're making me boil right now. I can't stand you, mate.
Oh.
You know, what have you won? What have you actually won, Gabby? You've not won nothing.
Yeah.
All you keep doing is just criticize Arsenal. What have you actually won?
Nothing, mate.
You know, it's actually funny that I used to like you as a striker, but now I can't even. I don't know what I used to see in you because you won absolutely nothing. And Arsenal are gonna win
But
stuff.
you
They're gonna
used to
win.
like
We've
me, you
just won
said.
the Premier League. Yeah, I used to, but now.
What did you like about me, though, from before?
Now he's your big gob. Sorry to say that. He's criticizing Arsenal. But you just don't see how Arsenal are actually making... They're going places right now. We've just won the Premier League. You just